What in the wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. So they go guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The devil listen, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning, one and all. Welcome to Mornings with Mike Winters. I am he. That would be me, Mike Winters. Happy Friday, everybody.
Yeah, buddy.
Were you checking for something?
No,
or?
I was sitting on something. I was like, it's like Princess and the Pea. I'm like, what is going on? My worry stone was in my back pocket. I'm like, what in the heck? Yeah, so
he's like sitting here, and then he's like reaching.
Yeah, I know. I was like, I'm gonna catch hell for this.
Exterior area, and that's not weird. The part was his face is like, what's that? You know, he's like, I was digging around back there and felt something funny.
And history in this morning show would dictate that when that happens, that's usually it usually precludes something interesting, if nothing else.
Yeah, it's like a magician. He starts pulling rabbits out and stuff back here, so I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, but, no French fries, just a good old-fashioned worry stone.
Sorry, we got fresh hash browns. We're good. So, happy Friday, everybody.
Yes.
Welcome to it. Did you go with the Fanta today?
So, what I went with today, what I am enjoying, this right here, is the power of the people.
Oh, okay. What's that?
Let me explain.
All right.
So a few years ago, McDonald's. Oh, by the way, McDonald's, 2 locations right here in Roswell. One in Artesia, and of course the Carlsbad location. Stop by and grab your breakfast today.
Mm-hmm.
A few years ago, they decided, well, they're gonna consolidate their menu. I think it was actually around the pandemic. They decided, okay, we're gonna take High C Orange Lava Burst off of our drink selection.
Okay, so High C. All right.
And as they say, that dog won't hunt.
Yeah.
The internet was not happy about them removing High C's Orange Lava Burst, and the internet poll or the internet protests began.
Okay.
Change.org petitions were happening left and right, and because of the persuasion of the people, McDonald's decided to bring back High C Orange Lava Burst to their menu.
Okay. I did not know that. I always thought the only orange thing they have was Fanta.
Power of the people.
Yeah.
It's delicious.
It goes down smooth. Yeah, as always, got to thank McDonald's, as they do each and every Friday. Provide us with delicious breakfast treats. I got my tea. I'm good. And I smelled hash browns.
My tea.
My tea.
You are my tea.
My tea. Hey, after I create macho cheese, I'll create my tea.
My tea. Yeah. That's right. Enjoy your macho cheese with a nice side of my TT.
Wow, idiocracy's coming true, and I'm going to do it one at a time.
We watched it last night.
Did you?
Yep.
And this was the first time for
Jazz. She'd never seen it before.
Okay. What did she think?
Loved it.
Wow. I'm surprised she has not seen it.
She was absolutely amazed by some of the accuracies portrayed thererein. and yeah, she was the verdict was it was stupid and delightful.
And scarily
painfully accurate.
Ominous. Yeah. I'm surprised, especially, with being a veteran and, they swim in those circles where you see movies like that regularly.
What was great was kind of seeing her reaction when some of the cameos would happen, like Dax Shepard would show up.
Yeah.
He'd say, he's not.
Justin Long,
and that was kind of the shocker. She's like, how have I not seen this with all these with all these stars in it?
Yeah,
so,
see, Justin Long came right out right there. The other day I was trying to remember that name. I had a better chance of solving world peace.
Same. As he walked on the screen, I'm like, watch Justin Long only because of our conversation the other day. Only because we sat here for 10 minutes going, that guy who's
Right?
not Jason Biggs, but the guy who's like Jason Biggs adjacent.
Yeah, that name was just not coming to my brain, man. I was like, I don't know. That guy, he's in that thing. He was in that other movie with the guy. Yeah.
I'm just going to throw out a few names right now. Just Ralph Macchio, William Zabka, Pat Morita, because I'm probably going to forget those later at some point in this broadcast, so you're going to have to help me out.
When's the next season come out for that again?
End of this year.
Sweet, like December?
I think they said, in December or January of next year.
Oh, speaking of Netflix and new things coming out, did you hear what they're coming out yesterday with?
I did.
At the end of this year, like
Tiger King 2.
later. And the trailer I saw was like a trailer for like all of their true crime stuff coming soon.
Yep.
But they kind of finish it off with Tiger King 2 stuff.
Just
And
peppering in a couple of scenes of some tiger print.
And they set it up to make it sound more salacious than ever.
Well,
like they're like, it's crazier than ever.
This isn't about the Tigers anymore. This season is about what's been happening to Joe Exotic. I'm almost positive.
Sure.
Because
he's been in jail for most of this time, hasn't he?
Yeah, but think about all the antics that have happened while he's been locked up. He had a stretch F-150 waiting for her presidential pardon.
What I want to know is, how did he get that velvet painting commissioned of him?
Well, I mean, the guy's got to have some money set aside.
I just want to know, like, what's that cost?
I'm going to season 1 of Tiger King.
But I don't remember that.
They paid him off in a velvet paint and a velvet.
That paint. I ain't gonna lie. I'm sitting here. I'm slightly jelly. I want one of those of me. I want a velvet painting of me to hang in my house.
Dude, I've always wanted one of those.
I know that's narcissistic as can be, but
and this will put some perspective
it's
on
velvet.
My age. I know I'm not the only person that had a velvet Daffy Duck.
Yeah.
Growing up, like a velvet canvas.
Okay.
With Daffy Duck on it.
Most people had a velvet Elvis or a velvet Jesus.
A Velvis.
A velvet Elvis. Velvis.
A Velvis or a Velvesus.
Or a velvet Jesus.
Yes, a Velvesus.
It goes down smooth.
So Mom, you didn't make this with Velvesus, did you?
So I think many people had the velvet paintings, just not of Daffy Duck.
Hey, nice velvet Christ you got there.
Mostly Elvis. I saw more Elvis ones than of anything else.
But I don't know. It was very weird to have a velvet Daffy Duck, but we had one. So I would love, to commission someone to do a velvet portrait of myself, preferably in the Lionel Richie pose.
Well, actually, now I want mine with me with a bowl cut.
Like a full bowl?
Like Tiger King.
Oh.
I want me with the Tiger King bowl cut.
Nice.
The blonde, uber blonde bowl cut that he's got in that photo.
Careful what you wish for. We work with people who know how to use Photoshop.
It can't be any more scary than this one.
Tanner, can you make that happen? Like, we'll call it like this time next Friday. Just Photoshop Mike's face onto Joe Exotic's body.
I would. That would make me sound kind of happy because I think that would be funny.
Michael Winters wished he had this hairline.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm like I poo on the velvet painting.
He wasn't in the room. He didn't hear my request.
But Joe pulled it off, man. I mean, that bowl cut makes that velvet painting look sweet, and I want one.
Tanner just walked back into his booth, so I'm going to say it again. Tanner, by this time next Friday, do you think you could like Photoshop Mike's face onto Joe Exotic's like head and body? Cool. I don't know if you said yay or nay, but I'm just going to assume
he's
yes.
Probably like, what? I'm just trying to eat my sandwich. God. But yeah, I saw Tiger King 2, and I was like, and I don't know when. It just said later this year.
Yeah, they said before the end of 2021.
So I'm in.
No, I'm intrigued. If nothing else, people will watch just to be like, what's this gonna? What is this all? What's this now?
I mean, it's the train wreck. It literally is the train wreck. You don't want, but you can't help but not stop and rubberneck.
And the other thing is this: we are a nation of folks that live on nostalgia, and there's not a lot to hitch our wagons to in the way of nostalgia anymore. But for one glorious, shining moment at the beginning of chaos at the pandemic, we all had Tiger King to lean on.
This is true.
All of us, Republican, Democrat, left, right, we all came together for one shining moment of unity to hate Carol Baskin, if only for just a moment. I think we can get that back again.
I wonder what, because Because she's in it too, obviously.
Nope.
I saw pictures of her in there.
She straight up, they said they offered her a chance to come back and clear her name, and she told them to, quote, lose her number.
Oh, well.
Yeah, because she said if you want a true portrayal of the issue with big cat ownership in America, there's other documentaries you can watch. She recommended like one or two. I can't remember the names. But yeah, she's no part.
Well, they showed her in the trailer.
Did they?
Yeah, like for a brief second, like around a bus or something.
Wow.
Yeah, I saw her in it.
Because that was
the trailer.
That was the story I got on my show prep this morning. Was Carol Baskin's not amused about
but it could have been file footage.
Could have.
I mean, they got plenty of footage of her, so I imagine it could have been that. But
the line was, and for the record, she makes people disappear. Maybe not the person you want to upset.
Well, in all fairness, the people she's made disappear, I think they're the brightest bulbs in the tree. Just saying. I don't think she's that cunning. I think you can outsmart her.
Sure. But can you outrun her big cats?
No. But I can outrun her.
Oh, yeah.
It's like the thing with the bear. You being chased by a bear. You say, you're not going to outrun a bear. I ain't going to outrun a bear. It's got to outrun you. Same thing. It's got to outrun her.
I don't know. In my scenario, I just picture her just like wielding a horde of tigers and then just releasing them.
Yeah.
At will.
I'll be very curious to see what either it's going to be excellent or I'm going to be very mad.
Yeah.
Because they're pandering to me big time, which I feel like that's probably what it is, or there really is some salacious, and I hope we get a pander.
Oh, they're definitely pandering. But if nothing else, I figure we'll know for sure by episode 3.
Well,
if they want this to succeed, the only way they're going to be able to pull it off is if they release episodes every week.
Yeah.
If they put it out in mass, like they did season 1, people are going to figure out what's up by episode 3 and will be out.
Yeah.
I figure.
Well, Netflix isn't really known for doing it that way. They're not episodic people.
They are not.
They just give it to you.
There have been occasions. Some of their their topical content, like the Joel McHale thing they did a couple years ago.
Whatever happened to the SpaceX thing? Did that thing get off the ground on Netflix?
I'm thinking that's probably in production at this point.
Well, the way that they teased it was like it was going to happen like in real time.
Right.
It's already happened, and I don't remember seeing anything on Netflix about the SpaceX thing. Maybe I missed it. But
I think this might be a different one.
Well, the way that the thing I read was it. The civilians going, they were going to chronicle it, and da-da-da-da-da. And I think something happened there, and they just...
I'm intrigued.
They just kind of said, hey, don't forget...
Because I thought it was based on a future flight
No, it was supposed to be almost real time is what they said. Was they were going to follow them in the training part, and they were going to air that before they went up. And then they were going to go up, do their thing, and then come back, and then play the rest of it. And I haven't really looked hard on Netflix, but I don't remember seeing it on there. So I haven't done the rundown or nothing. All I've done is said McDonald's is awesome and talked about Tiger King. So
I guess the episodes aired.
Did they?
Well, it says it aired throughout September. September 6th, episodes 1 and 2. September 13th, episodes 3 and 4, and September 30th is episode 5. So it's yet to air.
Okay, I guess I just missed it on my radar. Well, I'll go look at it this weekend, see if it's there.
It's called Countdown Inspiration 4 Mission to Space.
I would think they would have made it more, when they get new stuff, they stick it right there in your face when it comes on, and I don't remember seeing that. So.
Maybe they weren't super thrilled about this one.
Maybe it's a big stinker. But anyway, let me give you the rundown here. Good news is we don't have a guest schedule this hour, so we can talk more Tiger King and McDonald's.
Okay, I have something else I want to chat about here in a bit. I've discovered the most interesting new genre of music I've ever known.
Yeah. It's
wild.
All right.
Buckle up, because this is I'm going to blow your mind.
I know about Zamfir, so don't
No. You've heard pan flute? I guarantee you have never heard a genre of music like I'm going to show you.
All right.
Guaranteed.
So for it to be a genre, more than one person is making
maybe
this
not a genre, maybe not a genre.
Okay.
But the most unique take on a specific genre of music that I've ever heard in my entire life.
All right. I will drink that tease in.
Buckle up, buttercup.
So we'll learn that this hour.
Buttered stuff. Sorry, can you help that reference? I'm gonna go.
Horse was diabetic. In the 8 o'clock hour, Sheriff Mike Harrington is going to join us for. He comes by twice a month to give us the skinny on what's happening around the county. So Sheriff will join us. Usually Charles Eastless, his undersheriff, will pops in as well. So we'll talk with these two gentlemen next hour. And then in the 9 o'clock hour, about 9:15, we're going to replay our interview. We had Natasha Well with Boys and Girls Club here of Chavez in Lincoln County. She popped in and gave us an update. Of course, they gave us an update with post-COVID. They completely remodeled the facility, but they're doing their thing and looking for more boys and girls to come and be a part of it. So we had a great conversation with Natasha yesterday, so we're going to play that for you about 9:15 this morning here. Plus, we'll do all of your other hourly features that include the news, both of the local and national variety, and your business updates and whatever else we can come up with for today's show. Before we do any of that, though, let's go ahead and take a look at that weather. There were teasing rain in the south, but I think the western half of the south, I don't think we're seeing much of it this weekend. But here's your weather. Enjoy.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Not much going on around the area for the next few days. Most of our weekend looks fair, although we may pick up a shower or two on Sunday afternoon. In the meantime, a mix of sun and clouds today, and our afternoon high warming into the upper 80s. We'll be in the upper 50s and partly cloudy overnight. Looks like mid-80s and sunshine tomorrow. Isolated afternoon thunderstorms Sunday, upper 80s. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 63 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 38% with winds out of the south at 3 miles per hour. Sunny today. Highs expected to reach right around 90 degrees with south winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Partly cloudy tonight with an overnight low of 57. Winds will be out of the south 5 to 10 miles per hour. Looking at your weekend, mostly sunny with a high of 88 for Saturday. Northwest winds 5 to 10 in the AM, shifting to the south, picking up 10 to 15 for Saturday afternoon. Saturday night, mostly cloudy with an overnight low of 58. South winds 5 to 15 miles per hour. Then for you Sunday, mostly sunny, high of 89. South winds 5 to 10. Steve said could even be a stray thunderstorm popping in there. And then looking at the start of next week, sunny, 88 on Monday. 87 on Tuesday, 88 on Wednesday. They're saying a 30% chance of rain Thursday with a high of 85. So looks like we'll be in the upper to mid 80s for most of next week too there. So I don't mind that. I like it. I like it a lot. Hey, it is 7:22. Before we take a break, do want to invite you to get on down to Gray's Farm and Garden Store. Yes, the Gray's Farm and Garden Store is now open 7 days a week. It's open Monday through Saturday from 8:30 to 5:30 and Sundays from 1 to 5. They're located there at Gray's Farm, which is just 6.5 miles southeast of Roswell, and they've got all the fresh produce, locally grown, homegrown vegetables and fruits that you love. Fresh black-eyed peas, tomatoes, watermelons, cantaloupe, fresh squash, okra, sweet peaches, and green chili, of course, roasted while you shop. You can buy it by the bag. You can buy it by the bushel, half bushel. And if you call Gray's Farm direct, 575-622-1889, they can ship green chili anywhere in the United States for you. No problem there. They accept EBT, WIC, and all the major debit and credit cards accepted. Again, swing on by the Gray's Farm and Garden Store, again, located 6.5 miles southeast of Roswell there at Gray's Farm. And if you're looking for your green chili, they got you covered. They're roasted on site. Get it by the bushel, half bushel, by the bag. And don't forget, ship anywhere in the U.S. Give them a call to do that, 575-622-1889. All right, it is 7:23. We're going to take a 4.5-minute commercial break, and then we'll be back on the other side. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
There's never a bad time to break out a bag of La Poblanita Party Tostadas at home, the office, in the club, wherever. Parties happen with La Poblanita Party Tostadas, the perfect crunch, seasoned just right and ready to get the party started. It's the dippable chip that bites back, the chips that make bland salsas better. Grab a bag of La Poblanita Party Tostadas at your local grocery store across all of southeastern New Mexico and take the party up a notch with La Poblanita Party Tostadas. They're all that and a bag of chips.
Enjoy more of the speed you need with gigabit internet from Plateau Fiber. Fiber means more speed, and that means more streaming on more devices with less buffering. Plateau offers True Gig, a dedicated fiber connection to download and upload what you want with speeds up to a gigabit per second. Best of all, it's all yours. You don't have to share your connection with the whole neighborhood. Sign up now to ensure your neighborhood is part of the next service zone. Learn more and get signed up today at plateaufiber.com. That's plateaufiber.com.
It's an idea whose time has come. The MTA Mechanics and Tires Mobile Tire Shop. No longer will the drama of auto service ruin your entire day. Instead, MTA Mechanics and Tires will come to you. MTA will install new tires, fix your brakes, or just fix a flat while your vehicle is at work, home, or even the airport. So skip the drama. Call the Mobile Tire Shop at MTA Mechanics and Tires, covering Roswell, Carlsbad, and Artesia.
Oasis Computers has been Roswell's trusted source for home and small business computers for over 30 years, and they continue to be your best resource for computer repairs, operating system upgrades, web root managed antivirus, special orders, and more. Oasis Computers is now open from 8 to 1, Monday through Friday to better serve you. Service calls by appointments and after-hour appointments are available too. Stop by Oasis Computers at 1703 North Garden or call or text 575-625-9141 for even faster service.
The race is on at Roswell Honda. With a whole team of amazing vehicles marked down to clear the lot and with trade values at an all-time high, now is the best time in history to upgrade to a 2015 Corolla for just $194 a month, a 2012 Grand Caravan for just $129 a month, or a 2013 Ford Fiesta for just $99 a month. Free AirPods and soda just for stopping by, a smartwatch with a qualified test drive, and tickets to the Roswell Dragway with purchase. Race in to win at Roswell Honda. 2177 West 2nd.
Well, the Eastern New Mexico State Fair is coming up, and while a lot of people associate the fair with rides, funnel cakes, and feeling queasy, the FFA and 4-H kids are all thinking about their animals. You see, these kids are the first to tell you, our food doesn't come from the supermarket, it comes from the farms and ranches. And they've been working hard all year, raising up their animals and hoping for blue ribbons. This is Jim Gill from Roswell Seed Company, reminding you, a lot more happens in the country than just stealing watermelons. Or maybe that was just me.
Hey CVE members, have you scheduled your no-cost home energy audit? If not, we're getting close to fall and cooler weather. It's time to sign up. Call 575-746-3571 to get your name on the list for a free home energy audit. Weather stripping, new door sweeps, minor repairs, and much more. Start saving money and keep that purchased air in your home. Central Valley Electric is happy to partner with Green Metal Energy for this valuable audit. Again, 575-746-3571 to sign up. Call now.
Happiness isn't about getting what you want all the time. It's about loving what you have and being grateful for it. Hi, this is Pastor Troy and Julie Smitherman for The Joy of Marriage.
As people, we can get so focused on what we don't have, we don't appreciate what we do have. We can make ourselves miserable, angry, and even depressed by focusing our thoughts and words on the negative. Take a look around and find something to be grateful for that your spouse does. It will change your attitude in your marriage.
1 Thessalonians 5:18 says, "No matter what happens, always be thankful, for this is God's will for you who belong to Christ Jesus."
Take it from me, I was such a negative person, but by renewing my mind with God's Word and learning to be thankful, it changed my life and greatly impacted my marriage.
If you have any questions or would like further information about the Joy of Marriage Ministry, please go to jomconference.com.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Slugs have 4 noses, but no fingers to pick them. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 28 minutes after 7 o'clock. And, I forgot to mention this yesterday. And I just ran out of time. We got put in YouTube bad boy jail the other day.
Oh, did we?
Yeah, we did.
This show?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it something I did?
No.
Okay.
We did nothing wrong.
Sure.
We did nothing wrong. This is Gestapo over filtering things going on. So the other day we had Jennifer Smith join us with the Chaves County Health Council talking about their listening session, which is happening Monday.
Yes.
It's a Zoom online thing where UNM's doing a survey or doing a listening session, wanting to find out why people aren't getting the vaccine and answering questions for people that have questions about the vaccine. And,
sure.
Go look at the Chaves County Health Council's Facebook page. You'll find a link to get the Zoom link, the number, and all that. They're giving away $25 gift cards.
Nice.
Just for participating.
Just for being a part of it.
But anyway, we were talking about that event and everything, and then YouTube took that interview and flagged it, saying that we were disseminating false COVID-19 information. And if we do it one more time, we're like banned for life.
Hold on a tick.
Yeah.
YouTube did this.
Uh-huh.
I was not aware that we were using YouTube.
We do share to YouTube, which, by the way, we have a YouTube channel.
Oh, hey.
You can go look and watch us on YouTube along with our website or Facebook or anything else.
I feel like that's info I probably should have had. I know we had a Facebook page. Okay, so disseminating bad information, but all we were doing was telling people to be a part of a thing to talk about COVID.
Yeah.
So now we can't even talk about talking about COVID?
According to YouTube.
Sorry. You know what? Let's change we can't say COVID, so let's change the word. We'll start saying Steve Carino from now on, okay? Can't talk about the Steve Carino.
Your Steve Carino shots.
That's right.
Vaccinations against Steve Carino. Who's Steve Carino?
He's a pro wrestler from way back in the day.
Oh, okay. I did not know.
There was a YouTube channel that I was watching right around the start of the pandemic, a wrestling YouTube channel that they started because YouTube was flagging videos for saying COVID-19 or for saying corona.
Oh, okay.
So instead of saying coronavirus, they would say Steve Carino.
Oh, okay.
That was their workaround.
All right.
So
we might have to do that.
Yeah. But yeah, Monday, 7:00.
I believe so. But yeah, it's on our Facebook and everything.
And the Chaves County Health Council Facebook page as well.
Exactly. And I highly invite you, don't listen to YouTube saying that we spread false information all the time.
Right.
Not that
Not in this
moment.
case, all right? In this case, we were good.
I'm just kidding.
Most of our false information is usually about like pop artists.
Exactly. But I heard that and I was like, because Gene called me, I think it was Tuesday. We talked to, matter of fact, we spent all day with him and everything. And then Tuesday night goes, hey, I forgot to ask you today, what were you and Jennifer Smith talking about on the radio the other day? And I was like, why? And he explained to me, and I was like, really? Interesting. So, he's fighting it and putting the disputes in and all that. But still, this is ridiculous. Yeah. When you're trying to do good things and they're still, it's just like.
Thanks, the algorithm.
Maybe some people just need to worry about themselves and not, you know what I mean? That everyone wants to worry about you in this world. And I'm like, no. You about you, I'll worry about me. And you worry about yourself.
Sounds super familiar. I heard that before, I swear.
Yeah. So anyway, just if you're out YouTube in there. And by the way, speaking of places you can find us, obviously, we talk about our, go to the website, go online, but we got our apps too. Don't forget we have our app. So if you want to listen to Roswell's Talk FM, we have an app. Yep. Any of our 4 stations, 92.9 The Brand, Fiero 106.1, KSVP. We got apps for those you can download. Matter of fact, I think you can download one and then interact and switch from station to station.
You can download our individual app. You can also go download TuneIn. You can find us on TuneIn.
Yeah. And then
we are also accessible via Apple CarPlay and Android Auto.
Yeah, you can do your play KND 106.5.
And also, Alexa, play Roswell's Talk FM. There you go.
See if you turned off everybody's or on everybody's radio. I don't think that works.
Yeah,
it does some to a point. I think it depends on tones or frequencies. Because
that's true, yeah.
I've had some commercials trigger my Alexa deal in the house. I've had other commercials not trigger it. So I don't know. There is a rhyme or reason. I just don't know what it is yet.
Wow. I did not know that. I'll be darned. Maybe it's somebody with like frequencies of like high pitch versus low pitch voices.
Yeah, I don't know, but I've had times where maybe Alexa was just sleeping. I don't know, didn't hear it.
Or you know what it is? So usually those commercials when they play it, it's usually in like an AI voice that's saying it. It's actually Google's voice. Alexa refuses to hear Google's voice.
Maybe that's what it is.
And Siri, don't even get me started about that.
Do you ever see The Big Bang Theory, where Koothra Pali It's back when Siri first came out, kind of when that was a new thing. Let's see. Congratulations, Sean. And Andrew just sent me a text. It worked. All of my Alexas are freaking out at the house right
Yes! I don't know what to do. They're like, I don't know what to do with my hands right now. Nice. Heck yeah.
There you go. What was I talking about? I forgot. I got sidetracked.
Kuthapali.
Siri thing. Kuthapali.
Yeah.
So it was the Siri thing.
Huh?
So it was back when they got the new phone, the Siri on the iPhone, whatever, 4 or whenever that first came out. And so, of course, Kuthapali's character in the show is he can't even talk to women unless he has alcohol.
Right.
You know, for the first couple seasons of the show. So he's always been someone who's having trouble finding. I mean, it's a show about nerds, so they all kind of struggle with this.
Sure.
But anyway, Kuthapali's kind of the loner throughout most of the series. But anyway, he gets the iPhone with the Siri, and he almost gets to obsessive love relationship. She gets me. And so he's talking, Siri, what do you write? And he's like buying Siri multiple like phone cases. Like, she invites the friends over, and he's like, Siri, play something jazz, and then starts playing Yanny or something. Like, oh, what a great choice. And he goes, let's get an outfit for Siri. And he puts like the black case on. And, I mean, he goes over the top like it's his whole love
Pours her a glass of wine. That's a whole movie genre, or a whole movie plot.
Yeah.
It's called Her.
Oh, yeah.
When
Joaquin Phoenix?
Yeah, Joaquin Phoenix, when dude falls in love with AI.
I never saw the movie. I heard it was weird.
A little weird, yeah.
I never watched. I remember of it. I never watched it.
I watched large portions of it.
But the part that makes me laugh every single, and then I'm probably wrong. I'm a bad person for laughing at this, but y'all laugh too. So don't act like you're so high and mighty. The favorite part of that episode of Big Bang Theory is, you know, Kripke, right?
Oh yeah,
Kripke's like one of the
Kripke.
Yeah, he's one of the other physicists there at the college, but he's got a speech impediment, and so he goes, "Yeah, this Silly technology will be sucks." And he's like,
Silly.
He goes, Silly, I want to find a Westawant. And then Siri's like, sorry, Bowie, I don't know what a Westawant is.
Just that you can program Silly with a speech impediment.
She goes, sorry, Bowie, I don't know what a Westawant is. He's like, Siri, find me a Westawant. A Westawant. He's like, I don't know what a Westawant is. He's going to see, this AI, voice AI stinks.
Oh, that's great. But yeah, find us on Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, all those fantastic.
Yeah.
A hard thing to segue out of. But okay.
All right. Oh yeah, you got to tell me your new music genre.
So, we're Jazz and I are looking into getting tickets to go see Volbeat in concert.
Okay.
We found a couple of places. The closest that we've been able to find is February 23rd. They're going to be in El Paso.
Oh, okay.
So we're thinking, okay, the Bob Hoskins, so decent arena, decent acoustics, might be fun. So I was like, okay, who's opening? So she tells me the band that's opening is this band called Twin Temple.
Twin Temple.
Now, neither one of us have ever heard of this band.
I have not either.
Okay. So I went looking, and Twin Temple is a genre of music referred to only as satanic doo-wop. I told you, brace oneself. Satanic doo-wop.
Really?
Oh, yes. And I'm probably going to get us flagged on YouTube for this again.
All right.
But I do have a sample. Now, the album, this is their debut album, Twin Temple, bring you their signature sound, Satanic Doo-Wop. That's the name of the album.
See, in my head, all I'm going is, I love the devil.
You're not far off. Okay? So this song is called Lucifer, My Love.
All right. The expressed views in these songs are not of us.
Lucifer, my love. Lucifer, my love.
Is this a whole concert of this?
This is a whole so that's just one small example. Now I'm going to show you this song that completely changed my mind, blew my mind. This song's called Babylon.
Babylon, sacred whore I call upon. Babylon, sacred whore I call upon.
I'm sorry.
Babylon, sacred whore I call.
This sounds like Charles Manson.
Here's the thing about it.
It sounds like Charles Manson when he tried to start his band. That's
Right.
what I feel like.
That's
this
what I'm
is.
saying. It's super. It's like it's off-putting, but it's so catchy. I can't stop listening to it. The whole way back from Carlsbad yesterday, I was like, I was jamming out to Twin Temple.
It's not my cup of tea,
It's
man.
certainly not mine either. But I am genuinely. I mean, you can make.
Her name is Babylon. She looks a vision. Naked in her chiffon.
It's well produced. It sounds like it's from the 50s.
Yeah, and they put that like that sizzle mic. They gave her the sizzle mic from like the the 50s. She was probably singing in one of those like metal mics like we have in the other room. It's the only thing I can like.
I don't know if I could want to sit through a whole concert of that.
It's like I really want to go see Volbeat. I'm curious if I could stomach that, but it blew my mind when I found out satanic doo-wop is a thing.
How many are in them?
2
in the band.
From what I understand, well, I'm sure there's a back band, but from what I've gathered, there's only 2 people. There's a chick and a dude. And the dude looks exactly like you'd imagine he would. And from what I've gathered of one of the songs...
Did they dress like they were in Beetlejuice or something?
That's them.
So yes, they do.
And this song is called Satan's a Woman.
Oh, peace will meet you. Satan's my name. I can make you sin. I can make you feel pain.
This is the dumbest thing I've ever
I can make you seduce me. Why what to see? You can call me Lucy. Satan's a woman.
I feel like it's like this is almost a Christmassy song.
Right.
And this is oogie.
Here's the thing is, as I'm listening to it, I'm like, in the Bible it says that Satan will come to you as an appealing, as a lamb, as something that will appeal to you. I'm like, I don't know if this is it. I'm not sure what demographic Satan's going for, but
it's so like out there. I'm trying to figure out if it's like, are they devil worshippers or are they farcically spoofing it?
I'm assuming it's a farce. It's the only thing I can put together, unless they really lean in.
Yeah. See, that's where I'm mystified. I'm like, is this a legitimate art form or is this like the Weird Al of?
Okay, this is the only thing I can think.
Yeah.
It's like period music, because like in the 50s and 60s, that would have been rock and roll.
Sure.
So to a satanic cult from the 50s and 60s, that would have been like I know what the hands are for. The devil says they're holding. The devil's got hands and they're holding. That's basically
the Slayer of 1940.
Yeah, exactly. That's the stuff they were playing at like barn burnings and stuff back in the day.
I don't know. I think the part that annoys me the most is I don't know if it's real or spoofy.
I know,
and that's what makes me mad, because I like to be in on that. You know what I mean? I don't like being duped by things because I feel like I'm smarter than that. And this one's kind of got me like, are you making fun of Satan? Are you just like really weird? I'm not sure.
That's the thing. Are you leaning in to the authenticity of, if Satanism is a thing, then Satanism could have all genre. Of course, this opens your mind up. What about satanic country?
You're just gonna have like a whole genre beat like of all the other not music categories, and Zamfir and his satanic pan flute.
Satanic pan flute.
I mean, what's next?
That second album Zamfir put out got dark, man.
You ever had Bagpipe from Hell?
But I mean, I'm genuinely and how like the Volbeat people came across this is mind-boggling in itself. But
oh, you got a middle finger, by the way.
Oh, okay.
For your for
my Siri activity,
Alexa,
for my Alexa activity.
All right, 743.
Babylon, sacred whore, I call upon. Sorry,
I don't know what I feel like. Am I offended? Am I shocked? I don't know what I am.
I stand in like this shocked awe, almost like I'm confused, but I'm genuinely intrigued about it.
I don't know if it's a work or a shoot. That's what's making me. That's what's bothering me. I can't tell.
I'm pretty sure this is shoot. That's the thing. I'm pretty sure this is shoot.
That's what's bothering me. That's why I'm so conflicted.
Like you're curious if like before they go on stage, like some bands will get in the prayer circle and they'll all pray. Yeah. If they get in a black mass circle and light a black candle or something. And,
yeah.
I don't know. It's hard to say. I've heard people argue that true Satanism is a form of Christianity because they worship the Christian Satan. So I'm like, oh, that.
I feel like that's Satan.
Yeah, well, yeah.
That's like saying the vegan donuts, or the vegan steak. What are you talking about? You know. Anyway,
but yeah. So Twin Temple, I'm genuinely curious about.
I got to reset because I'm still like I don't know. Am I mad or I'm like genius? I don't know.
Was I wrong though? Did I not blow your mind with a genre you never saw coming?
Yeah, it's oogie.
It's a bit.
I feel a little violated. I ain't gonna lie. All right, it is 7:45. Let's go ahead and pause.
I feel like it's thrust upon me by accident.
We're gonna take a break for news and your Southeast New Mexico sports report and all that. Don't go away.
Now for a Pecos Valley news update, I'm Jared Cirillo. The Roswell Independent School District has closed Military Heights Elementary School in order to help slow the spread of COVID-19. An official quarantine involves only 2 classrooms, however. On social media, the RISD said 2nd and 5th graders would be out of classes until October 5th. The entire school is closed to in-person learning today, but is scheduled to reopen Monday. After a 14-month hiatus, work has resumed at the Carlsbad brine well site. New Mexico Energy, Minerals, and Natural Resources said during a recent video conference that preparation on the site began in late August after the state, Eddy County, and the city of Carlsbad received $18 million in new funding. Work was halted at the site last year when the money ran out. Also, concerns were brought forward. A series of earthquakes in West Texas in July of last year might be causing new problems.
Think for a moment. What do you know about something called Shadow Dragon? Probably nothing, but it knows everything about you. I'm Kim Commando, brought to you by LinkedIn Jobs. Post a job for free and find qualified candidates quickly at linkedin.com/Kim. Shadow Dragon is unknown basically to the American public, but it's hard at work right now. Shadow Dragon is powerful search and surveillance software that literally sucks in data from every social media company, every internet company, including Amazon, dating apps, and even the dark web. More than 120 different online platforms, and, get this, 10 years of archives. What did you post on social media 10 years ago? Shadow Dragon knows if you don't. Its data is routed directly to police to identify persons of interest and map out networks. Shadow Dragon says it speeds up police investigations from months to minutes. Yes, this is happening. Your worst nightmare about government surveillance is absolutely true. Get breaking tech news at commando.com. Whether you need it for work, school, or a special project, it's very important to have the right printer. The Epson EcoTank is a new type of printer that doesn't use cartridges. Stop buying expensive ink cartridges and save yourself the frustration of replacing ink cartridges ever again. The Epson EcoTank printers have supersized, easy-to-fill ink tanks, and they come with just a ridiculous amount of ink. If you're like me, you've tried rationing your printing to save yourself from replacing those expensive ink cartridges. With the Epson EcoTank, you don't have to worry about running out of ink. So start printing in color all you want. You can kiss expensive cartridges goodbye already. But hurry, because the Epson EcoTank is changing the way people print. It's flying off the shelves. I just love mine. The Epson EcoTank makes it easy. Make the switch today. Add the Epson EcoTank to your online shopping list so you can just fill and chill. Epson EcoTank printers. Available at Sam's Club, Target, Walmart, and at epson.com/EcoTankKim.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Sigmund Freud once believed that cocaine could be used to help treat a morphine addiction. Mike used bacon to get over his addiction to beef. Here's Mike Winters.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Not much going on around the area for the next few days. Most of our weekend looks fair, although we may pick up a shower or two on Sunday afternoon. In the meantime, a mix of sun and clouds today, and our afternoon high warming into the upper 80s. We'll be in the upper 50s and partly cloudy overnight. Looks like mid-80s and sunshine tomorrow. Isolated afternoon thunderstorms Sunday, upper 80s. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
It's time for the Southeastern New Mexico Sports Report. Too bad all of these games are at the same time, because I'd kind of like to see more than one. The football schedule is full of action tonight. For instance, Goddard at 4-0 playing at 5-0 Los Lunas. That should be good. Carlsbad Carlsbad's 2-2 after losing to Roswell last week. Rio Rancho is the opponent tonight. The Rams looking good and 3-0. Artesia 3-2 after losing to Cleveland will be playing against Lovington, which is also 3-2 but lost their last two. And Roswell at 1-4 now looking for a second victory against Mayfield, which is 2-3. NMMI at 3-1 against 0-5. Loving Dexter at Cobrae tonight. Gateway Christian 3-0 against Lake Arthur. We'll see if it happens. And Hondo at 1-2 against Animas. The sports report brought to you by DSI. Call DSI for all your office technology needs. I'm Eric Butler at 92.9 The Brand.
With the SRN News Business Brief, I'm Bill Alexander. Target will hire fewer seasonal workers this year and will instead offer more hours to current employees. The move is in response to its permanent workers wanting more hours. About 100,000 seasonal workers will be hired nationwide. That's about 30,000 less than last year. The U.S. Department of Justice says 2 Virginia companies have agreed to pay more than $1 million to settle allegations that they received kickbacks linked to federal government contracts reserved for certain small businesses. The companies are Index Systems and Capital Consulting. On Wall Street, the Dow up 506 points to 34,764. The Nasdaq up 155 to 15,052, and the S&P 500 added 53 points to 4,448. With the SRN News Business Brief, I'm Bill Alexander in Washington.
With almost 90 entries, Roswell Ford's Hometown Heroes Car Show was a tremendous success. We commemorated 9/11, raised more than $2,000 for the Tunnel to Towers Foundation, and had a lot of fun. Congratulations to all our winners, especially the Best of Show and People's Choice winner Ryan Bredyke and his remarkable 1939 Lincoln Zephyr. And Carol Morgan's beautiful 1956 Ford Thunderbird, the Roswell Ford champion. Our 2021 hometown hero is Joel Juarez, who received numerous nominations from our community. Roswell Ford truly appreciates the sponsors, judges, and scores of volunteers who made the Hometown Heroes Car Show possible. We're looking forward to an even bigger event next year. Roswell Ford is proud of our nation, proud of our city, and proud of our hometown heroes. And we hope that when you're ready for a new vehicle, you'll give us a chance to serve you. Roswell Ford, the tailgate nation at the corner of 9th and Main.
Because Charlie Libben made such good cheesecakes, he decided to open up a cheesecake store in Chicago. After much success, Charlie opened up a second store in Chicago. That store didn't do so well, and shortly after, he lost both stores. As Charlie sat down in his home one night eating cheesecake, he thought, "This is good cheesecake." So he opened up another store. After success, he again opened up a second store. Unfortunately, both stores failed miserably. Charlie Lubin did this 2 more times, failing yet again both times. However, that did not stop him. He opened up a bakery the 5th time. This time he named the cheesecakes after his daughter, Sarah Lee, and thus began his journey to owning the largest bakery in the world. Charlie's persistence paid off. You may have failed in life a time or two. Remember, as you sit back with a Sarah Lee dessert, not to give up. Keep persevering. God has great things in store for you.
Join us at the Country Club Road Church of Christ for worship at 10 a.m. on Sunday, located on the corner of Country Club and Washington in Roswell.
Homecoming is back on the High Plains at Eastern New Mexico University. Join us September 27th through October 2nd as we celebrate Homecoming 2021, coming back to life. Don't miss out on all the fun events, including Songfest, the Powder Puff football game, a theater performance of Blythe Spirit, and of course, the annual Homecoming Parade, tailgate, and football game versus Lincoln University on October 2nd at 6 p.m. Be sure and check out the list of events and purchase your tickets today by visiting enmu.edu/homecoming.
Do you or someone you know enjoy playing country music and think of the stage as a second home? Then Sycamore Flood is looking for you. Recent winners of the UFO Festival's Battle of the Bands and opening act for Chevelle Shepherd, Sycamore Flood is looking for a country rhythm guitarist and drummer to join the band. If you're a dedicated musician with a flair for country, then this could be the opportunity for you. Call Jennifer at 420-8283. That's 420-8283. Or find Sycamore Flood on Facebook to schedule an audition. Sycamore Flood is an equal opportunity organization.
The sun is setting on another summer, and that means savings for you during the end of summer clearance event at Richland Chevrolet. All this month, we're slashing prices across the lot. That means super low payments like a 08 Jeep Wrangler as low as $238 a month, a 2007 Toyota Tundra as low as $228 a month, or a 2014 Chevy Malibu for as little as $219 a month. Don't let the sun set on these savings. It's on all September long, the end of summer clearance event at Richland Chevy on West 2nd in Roswell. Ride for the brand.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. The Goodyear Rubber Company researched and concluded that shoes wear out faster on the right foot than on the left. To fix this, just walk backwards for half the day. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is closing in on 7:55. Stay tuned. Next hour, about 8:15 or so, we'll have Sheriff Mike Harrington join us. And might be, usually when Sheriff drops by, Charles Eastless, his under Sheriff, joins as well. So we'll talk to them, get an update on what's happening at the Chaves County Sheriff's Department. We do have football on the radio and for some on video as well. Goddard, Artesia, and Roswell all in action. A programming note on the Goddard game. They're in... They're going. Hey Tanner, what's the schedule? I know they're traveling. Are they going to Cruces to play? Tanner, I'll have to give me that. I don't remember, but I know Scott. Los Lunas, that's what it is. Los Lunas. I kept thinking Cruces. Goddard's traveling to Los Lunas, and Scott Galletti will be there to call that game. It will be a radio-only broadcast. We do not have permission to do video in Los Lunas. They don't have the space, and I think ProView comes in because they're close enough to Albuquerque to do that. But Scott Galletti will be there. I love Scott's called a few games for us, helps out time to time. You probably have heard him call games for anywhere from the Isotopes to the Lobos to everybody in between. Scott's he's done a lot of great work. He's a great sports commentator. But he's going to be calling our game for us tonight for the Goddard Rocket game. That you can check out on our sister station, 106.1 FM Fiero. Kickoff will be at 7. Pregame will start about 6:50 or so. Of course, Roswell High, you'll catch all of their football action here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. We will also have live streaming video at ksvptv.com. Same with the Artesia Bulldogs. You can catch their game on 990 AM, KSVP in Artesia. They're on the FM translator in Artesia as well, 93.7. Probably not going to pick those up here in Roswell, but if you want to check out Bulldog football, you can catch it, again, at ksvptv.com, or all of these games on our Facebook pages as well. I believe you'll find links to all 3 games, well, 2 of the games. There's no video for the Goddard game, so the 2 games will be on all of our Facebook pages there, so you can go check them out. Kickoff, like I said, for all of them will be about 7. Our Bulldogs, they do a bigger pregame and stuff. That'll get underway a little after 6. The Roswell and Goddard pregames will start about 6:50 or so. So, and then it's Kelly and Art for Roswell tonight, right? They're both of them are back, I believe, and then Scott Galletti for the Goddard Rockets there. So. Good to go. Yeah, so Art and Kelly be in the chair for the Roswell Coyotes game tonight. So just tune in, and I'll be here. I'll be sitting here and making sure Scott's good to go. So I'll be kicked back here. Maybe I'll eat those box of goobers that I meant to eat the other Friday. I got a box of goobers sitting there, and every day I go in there to get a water or soda or something, and I look, I was, oh, yeah, those goobers. I love goobers, but I still have the mom voice in the back of the head yelling, don't eat the goobers till you eat your lunch. So I'm like, I can't eat the goobers yet till I have my lunch. So they've been sitting there because I don't eat lunch here very often anymore. I try not to. I used to do it all the time. I used to, I kind of lived here. I come here at 6:30 in the morning or whatever, and I wouldn't leave till the day was done. But I found that I had to get away for an hour just to because you stare at these screens and stuff all day. I'm sure I'm preaching to the choir for many of you. You probably do the same thing. But I was like, I make it a cognizant effort to get up and go to the house and eat something and then come back here. Just so I'm not here staring at this the whole time. And I found it does, recharge the battery a bit, gets you, a little less blurry-eyed and everything. It's a break, just like anything else. Use it. We get so busy in our worlds and everything that the times that we designate ourselves break times for lunch or whatever it is, and then we end up filling those with more work, and then we wonder why we're all stressed out. So I've been trying to, take care of myself. You should too. So go eat lunch, wherever it is, home, somewhere, but step away from what you're doing to do it. All right, it is closing in on 8 o'clock. I'm going to go grab me a McDonald's hash brown while they're back there. Delicious. We'll have for you Town Hall News, and then we'll be back on the other side. Like I said, Sheriff Mike Carrington's scheduled to join us next hour. You're listening to 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM, KEND Roswell.
Clyde Lewis and Ground Zero is now in Roswell on 106.5 FM, KEND Roswell.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. 4 former Trump advisors and associates have been subpoenaed by the House committee investigating the January U.S. Capitol riot.
The Democrat-led panel is demanding records and testimony from 4 of Donald Trump's close advisors who were in contact with him before and during the events of January 6th. Among those subpoenaed are former White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows and former Trump advisor Steve Bannon. They are being asked to appear at depositions in mid-October. There are 2 Republicans on the Select Committee, and both are Trump critics. Greg Clugston, Washington.
A migrant camp beneath a bridge in Del Rio, Texas, home to almost 15,000 Haitians just a few days ago, is now much smaller. Roughly 3,000 people remain in that camp. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention endorsing booster shots for millions of older Americans. It marks a major new phase of the U.S. COVID vaccination drive.
CDC Director Dr. Rochelle Walensky says vaccinating the unvaccinated remains the top goal in the U.S. and around the world. And she acknowledges that data on who really needs a booster right away are not perfect. Britain and Israel are already giving a third round of shots over strong objections from the World Health Organization that poor countries don't have enough for their initial doses.
Correspondent Mike Hempen. Nothing yet automotive for yesterday's shootings at a Kroger supermarket in suburban Memphis. 1 person was killed. Collierville, Tennessee Police Chief Dale Lane says at least a dozen others injured in the attack. The gunman was found dead, apparently having taken his own life. Stocks are mixed on Wall Street this hour. Right now, the Dow is up 79 points. The NASDAQ down 56. The S&P trading 6 points higher. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Right now, people are home with their pets more often, and I think especially with the shedding, they're more cognizant of what's going on and that it's an actual issue.
Nala's got some skin issues. He gets really going and scratching.
Excessive shedding, a lot of just scratching and itching.
Digging, scratching and itching and biting. On top of that, he was starting to get black buildup in his ears.
DINOVITE.com.
I just heard the Dynovite commercial so many times that I said, you know what, I'll give it a shot. And I ordered it and tried it, and it worked.
We started Dynovite, and in our first stock, we noticed a difference, especially with the shedding.
Within 3 weeks, he's not scratching and itching, and he's an all-around happier dog.
We've got 4 dogs, all different ages, all different sizes, and they've all just responded really well to the Dynovite, and they all love it.
We will be using Dynovite for life.
You won't believe how happy your dog will be.
We order our Dynovite from Dynovite.com.
DINOVITE.com.
Some of the UK's leading engineers urge the British government to halt the demolition of buildings. The goal to avoid the carbon impact of new construction.
It's easy to imagine emissions from planes, cars and gas boilers. Most people probably won't be aware of the carbon embodied in making the materials around them, the bricks, concrete and steel that prop up our lives. but construction produces around 11% of all emissions. The engineers say a fresh way of thinking is needed before planning new homes, factories, roads and bridges. One author describes knocking down buildings as our biggest failure. The report calls for demolition to be a last resort.
The BBC's Roger Harriman. Germany's political parties rallying supporters 2 days before a national election will determine who succeeds longtime Chancellor Angela Merkel. Townhall.com. North Korea making another pitch for sanctions relief.
The influential sister of North Korean leader Kim Jong-un says her country is willing to resume talks with South Korea if conditions are met, indicating it wants Seoul to persuade Washington to relax crippling economic sanctions. Kim Yo-jong's statement comes days after experts said missile tests were intended to show the North would keep boosting its weapons arsenal if the sanctions stayed in place. She offered the talks while mentioning South Korean President Moon Jae-in's call for a political declaration to end the 1950-53 Korean War. I'm Charles de Ledesma.
Former Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin, convicted of murder in the death of George Floyd, planning to appeal his conviction and sentence. Yet on Wall Street, the Dow's up 73 points. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. On and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The devil listen, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 8 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 2.
The Deuce.
Of Mornings with Mike Winters, right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy Friday. Happy McDonald's Friday. Hey, Tanner, I'm using the intercom system. We have someone at the door that needs to access the building. They're not my guest, but they need access. If you can let them in, please. It's one, she's here to yell at Sean for messing up her Alexa.
Oh, okay. No, that's cool. That's fine. If you want, I can just cash you outside. How about that?
I don't know if you heard me or not. But anyway, hey, my TV's gone. Where'd it go?
Oh, it's been gone.
It was here.
No.
It was earlier, wasn't it?
The camera? No.
Oh,
yeah.
Thought it was.
I know.
Where was I at?
We were driving down the paths of satanic doo-wop.
Oh, maybe that was it. I'm still off kilter from that.
Child distracted.
Maybe. Well, happy Friday.
Yes.
And the only thing that can make this Friday any better is the fact that it's a McDonald's Friday.
That makes every Friday better.
I just, I ain't gonna lie.
Huh?
I ate that hash brown too fast. I'm like on air now going, that was, I should have slowed down.
Are you telling me you have a bad case of the hash burns?
I'm just kind of like burping and gulping because I ate a hash brown.
Oh, you weren't kidding. She really is here to destroy me. Okay.
I wasn't lying.
All right, fine.
She's here to yell at you for
like... mean to. It was a joke. It was just a joke. A little laugh for funsies.
No, she's here for something else.
He's like,
but that would have been funny.
You break my technology, I break your face.
I told Sean you were here to beat him up because you messed up his Alexa. That's
I thought, oh, that's silly. And then she's at the door. I'm like, oh crap. How wide do these windows go? You can take the panels off, right?
Yeah,
I mean, we're second floor. I can make it. Well, I'll just land on that roof all superhero style. It'd be cool.
Tuck and roll.
That's right. Superhero landing. He's going to do a superhero landing.
But speaking of, because why this triggered it, because I'm not sure. I saw a trailer for a movie today that I was surprised is a movie. But the reason I thought superhero when you said it, because I'm not sure, but I think the main actor is the guy that Shazam, but I'm not sure if that's the same. It kind of looks like that dude, but I'm not sure if it's the same guy. I don't know his name. But anyway, they're doing a movie about Kurt Warner.
Really?
It's called, I think it's called The Underdog or the something like that. And it's the Kurt Warner story of how he became the Rams quarterback and won the Super Bowl MVP and all that. It looks interesting. But I think it kind of...
American Underdog, the Kurt Warner story.
There it is. But the guy that's playing Kurt Warner kind of looked like the dude from Shazam. But I'm not sure. It is the
Zachary
same guy?
Levi, yeah.
Okay, I didn't know his name or nothing.
Yeah, that's the dude.
Okay.
Yep, Zachary Levi. It also stars, let's see, Anna Paquin. Dennis Quaid is in this.
Oh, yeah, Dennis Quaid.
Adam Baldwin.
I want to say he's the coach.
Is he, Chance Kelly. Let's see, he plays, Adam Baldwin plays Terry Allen. Dennis Quaid plays Dick Vermeil.
Yeah, Dick Vermeil. Yeah, the coach. Yeah. I thought he played...
Anna Paquin plays Brenda Warner, so his wife, and Kurt Warner played by Zachary Levi.
Wow, that's 2 movies where Dick Vermeil has been portrayed by famous actors. Because he was also, oh crap, now I just forgot the famous actor's name. You ever remember the movie Invincible?
Oh yeah, the
Vince Papale story with,
Mark Wahlberg.
Well, what's his name? Who's the coach in that? That's Dick Vermeil, but it's what's his name playing him? What is his name? He's a big name actor.
Well, give me a second, I'll let you know.
Oh shoot.
I'll tell you all about it. Hold on.
He's the guy that I always forget his name. He was the helicopter pilot in We Were Soldiers.
Greg
Kinnear. That's the guy I'm thinking of.
Yep.
Yeah, so Greg Kinnear played Dick Vermeil in Invincible. And now you got Dennis Quaid playing Dick Vermeil in the Kurt Warner movie.
Dick Vermeil was actually in Invincible, wasn't he?
I don't think he was.
No, somebody else, something else popped up. Hang on.
Yeah. Well, if he was, it was not as Dick Vermeil.
No.
I don't know if he was a guy in the stands member number 12 or something.
No, I think it was the actual, what's the character that Mark Wahlberg played?
Oh, Vince Papale.
Yeah, I think it was Vince Papale.
Yeah, Papale's got a cameo in it somewhere.
Yeah.
I can remember that, but I can't remember Greg Kinnear. That's how my brain works. Like Vince Papale, I shoot that sucker right out. But Greg Kinnear, I'm like, that guy who did that thing. So
George Papard, like that. You can't come up with Ken Jong.
But I know Justin Long, and now that's what's important.
That's right.
It is 11 minutes after 8 o'clock. Let's get you up to date on the weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Not much going on around the area for the next few days. Most of our I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Not much going on around the area for the next few days. Most of our weekend looks fair, although we may pick up a shower or two on Sunday afternoon. In the meantime, a mix of sun and clouds today, and our afternoon high warming into the upper 80s. We'll be in the upper 50s and partly cloudy overnight. Looks like mid-80s and sunshine tomorrow. Isolated afternoon thunderstorms Sunday, upper 80s. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. I apologize. The computer started working and then stopped working. And I had to give it a gentle nudge. Don't worry about what I did to it. Don't ask those kind of questions. I tell you no lies. But yeah, we got that taken care of. Currently 63 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 38% with winds out of the south, 3 miles per hour. Today, we are looking at sunny skies. Pretty much everything's right around 90. That's kind of the deal here. We're looking at highs near 90 today, south winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. For your Friday night, partly cloudy tonight with an overnight low of 57. Winds will be out of the south 5 to 10 miles per hour. Looking at you Saturday, mostly sunny, highs around 88 tomorrow, north winds 5 to 10 miles per hour in the morning, but shifting to the south, picking up 10 to 15 for the afternoon, which we're good. I mean, 15's nothing for us. That's just an atypical day. Saturday night, mostly cloudy, overnight low of 58. Winds will be out of the south at around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Looking at Sunday, mostly sunny, high of 89. Winds out of the south, 5 to 10. Monday, mostly sunny, 88. We're going to be in the upper 80s for most of the week. They have thrown in a 30% chance of rain for Thursday. But, well, we'll see how that shapes up. It's only like a 30, and it'll either increase to like a 800% chance or it'll just dry up and disappear like it normally does. But anyway, that's your weather. All right, it is 8:14. Let's go ahead and take a break. Sheriff Mike Carrington's going to join us in just a little bit. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
For over 55 years, Sierra Blanca Motors has been serving the families of Southeast New Mexico with quality new and pre-owned vehicles. When you are ready to find your new Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, Dodge, Buick, Chevy, or high-quality pre-owned vehicle, visit our Roswell location at 720 South Main Street or visit our location on Highway 70 in Ruidoso. And don't forget, you can see our entire lineup of vehicles at SierraBlancaMotors.com. Sierra Blanca Motors is a proud supporter of the Eastern New Mexico State Fair.
Mays Lumber has all the hard-to-find hardwood you've been looking for. Oak, cherry, walnut, poplar, and maple. Plus, hard-to-find exotic woods like purple heart, zebra wood, ambrosia maple, black limba, and bloodwood. Perfect for that one-of-a-kind gift piece or table. Get ready with Formica and Wilson Art countertops in 12-footer custom length with installation available. Make it happen at Mays Lumber, 115 South Virginia in Roswell, serving southeastern New Mexico and beyond since 1934.
Did you know that most burglaries occur during the day? Why, you ask? Most of us are at work, leaving the burglar to go unnoticed. Did you know the average loss from a home burglary is over $2,200? Not including one's loss of emotional security in their own home. Avoid being a burglar's target market and get a monitored security system from Zenith Security Services, all for around $1 a day. Wouldn't you agree that an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure? Call Zenith Security Services today, 626-3521.
Bob Reed Pest Control protects you and your home by controlling pests that invade. Bob Reed Pest Control understands the importance of safety in and around your home from unwanted pests, and they offer answers and solutions when you need them most. Protect your home, your children, and your pets from the dangers of poisonous bugs and insects. Let Bob Reed Pest Control and their fully licensed professionals start working for you and your family today. Call 623-5344, serving all of southeastern New Mexico. Find them fast in names and numbers.
Hey CVE members, have you scheduled your no-cost home energy audit? If not, we're getting close to fall and cooler weather. It's time to sign up. Call 575-746-3571 to get your name on the list for a free home energy audit. Weather stripping, new door sweeps, minor repairs, and much more. Start saving money and keep that purchased air in your home. Central Valley Electric is happy to partner with Green Metal Energy for this valuable audit. Again, 575-746-3571 to sign up. Call now.
Welcome to the Asian market. This is Nok. Right now we have a new ingredient like galanga, lemongrass, lime leaf, and Thai chili to make tom yam kung and tom kha gai. And try out new delicious new soup on Saturday. Come see me at the Asian market, 5702 South Main. Call for order 840-5309.
Mow, dig, haul, lift. The versatile Kubota BX Series subcompact tractor does it all. Switching attachments is simple, and a smooth hydrostatic transmission makes for easy operation. The Kubota BX Series, the #1 selling subcompact tractor in the U.S. for over 10 years. Talk to your local Kubota dealer today to schedule a demo. Go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
Amigo Machinery, 2801 Southeast Main Street, Roswell.
Do you or someone you know enjoy playing country music and think of the stage as a second home? Then Sycamore Flood is looking for you. Recent winners of the UFO Festival's Battle of the Bands and opening act for Chevelle Shepherd, Sycamore Flood is looking for a country rhythm guitarist and drummer to join the band. If you're a dedicated musician with a flair for country, then this could be the opportunity for you. Call Jennifer at 420-8283. That's 420-8283. Or find Sycamore Flood on Facebook to schedule an audition. Sycamore Flood is an equal opportunity organization. Join Hot New Country 92.9 The Brand and Fiero 106.1 for a live broadcast this Saturday from 10 to 1 at Roswell Honda. The race is on, and Roswell Honda is moving the metal with rebates, savings, and discounts across the lot. We'll have Super Meat Mart hot dogs and ice-cold Pepsi products, and they'll have great giveaways, including AirPods and soda for stopping by, a smartwatch with a qualified test drive, tickets to the Roswell Dragway with purchase, and more. See you Saturday, 10 to 1 at Roswell Honda, 2177 West 2nd.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Linen can absorb up to 20 times its weight in moisture before it feels damp. Now, you don't have to get up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom anymore. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 18 minutes after 8 o'clock, and joining us in studio this morning, Sheriff Mike Harrington back with us. Morning, Sheriff.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Anytime, Sheriff. Glad to have you spend a few minutes with us. I know you're pulled in 37 different directions from sun up to sundown. So, well, sun up until the next sun up.
Until the next sun up, yeah, exactly.
I see sundown, but that's probably just getting started about sundown.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's been busy, but it's been good. It's all right.
Good.
So.
Well, it's I guess good news is I guess I don't know if you could spin it this way, but I haven't heard of any real it seems like every time we talk to you, there's some major something
crazy.
And I feel like for the last couple of weeks, it hasn't been too many of the major.
Right. It's been actually pretty. As you want to knock on some wood, everything's been pretty good, But one thing that we have had a lot of here is people are out driving about, and you're texting, you're drinking, you're falling asleep. We've had lots of vehicle accidents, people rolling their vehicles, single car accidents, things that could be prevented very easily.
Mm-hmm.
And we just want to get that out there. We know it's a long stretch between some of these places, but you got to pay attention.
Absolutely.
And stop looking at that cell phone, because the texting and driving is truly the number one killer of people driving cars.
And the part that's, even more scary that I see, because I see this almost every day when I come, just because basically, when I'm my normal work day, if I'm just going to work and back and things, I live over by the hospital. So basically I'm up and down Main Street every day,
Right.
Right. And almost every single day, I know you're talking like out in the highways and everything.
Day. No, anywhere.
But even in busy downtown Roswell traffic, I see every day I see one person either with head buried in the phone.
Yep.
They started at a traffic light and keep it going while they're going. But and almost 9 times out of 10, when you see a car kind of riding the line one way or going this way or doing something, you look down and they're playing on their phone there.
Not going on the green light when they're supposed to, because they're caught up in the conversation, or not stopping at the red light because they're not paying attention to the light coming up. So, it is very dangerous, and that's one of the things right now that we are seeing more and more accidents because of the cell phone than anything else.
And I guarantee every single person that you've that survived the situation probably told you, I just did it for a second, or it was, I don't do it all the time. It was a one-off or one situation or one. And I was like, well, that's all it takes. And that's what happens every time. That's why they tell you not to. I know it's so tempting when your text goes off and you're like, oh, where's the party? What's going on?
They go to reach for it, or they go to reach for the phone, and the direction you reach is the way your wheel's going to go.
Yeah, it's just human nature. You kind of lean that way.
Yeah, you do. And then the other thing is they're driving, they're reading it, and it's got to be some pretty good stuff, So it keeps their attention. And they always say, I only look down for a split second, and it only takes that long especially on Main Street.
Sure.
Right now, I'm telling you,
you go from 30 to 0 in like a second.
Yes, and it is car to car.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, and to cross Main Street walking, you got to be a brave soul.
Yeah.
Because
I see it every day, and I'm like, you guys are crazy. You're taking your life in your own hands when you do some of this stuff.
And crossing at the intersection, you would think is the best way, but it's not all the time, because people just don't pay attention and they'll run you over. So it's crazy.
It's this actually happened to me the other day. This was and this was basically a dumb kid. He was probably in his young 20s, maybe late teens. I don't know. But I was actually it was after work. It was a night. I was after meetings and stuff. So it was like 7:00 at night. I swung into a fast food joint up here to get some lunch, some dinner. And I was pulled out of the drive-thru, and I was getting to turn onto the main highway. And so I'm looking up, looking towards the south end to see if traffic is coming, not looking the north end because there's not, it's too. Right. So traffic clear. I go to pull out, and by golly, there's a kid on a skateboard in the middle of Main Street, and I had to swerve to not hit him because I wasn't looking that direction. I started going and looking into the right, and sure enough, there's a kid on a skateboard here.
Wow.
I probably would have been charged had I hit the kid because I'm the vehicle and he's the pedestrian.
Yeah.
But at the same time, how is that my fault when you you decided to ride in the middle of the street going the wrong way on a skateboard? Now I feel bad because I hurt or killed you because you made a dumb decision. Man, I'm sorry, but I should not feel bad because you made a mistake.
And especially the other factor to that is when it's a kid, you're thinking, oh man, I really did something bad. But the reality of it is right now, and I'm going to tell you, I've had kids that are been into the skateboards and they just, wherever the best ramping ability is, that's where they're going to go.
I get you. I understand you're looking for the big jump, and I get it. Yeah. But in the middle of Main Street at 7 o'clock at night going the wrong way is not the place to find that.
No, you might have to jump a car. Yeah, so that.
Well, he wasn't going to make it.
No,
if he would, I can tell you right now.
Well,
if I hadn't swerved, he would have been a hood ornament. I'm telling you.
Well, and that's one of the things. The bicycles, the motorcycles, the little bitty look like mini bikes, and all these other things that are on the roads right now. You've got to obey the law, and as long now as long as they're licensed, or registered, they can ride them up on the roadways now, and that's dangerous. It's just like the side by sides. They are convenient. They're easy to get from point A to point B. I understand, but if a car hits you, it is going to be bad. Well, it is going to be bad.
And I think. And please add or correct me if I'm saying anything out of place here, but I feel like when it's great. We do have the legal right to drive these vehicles on city and county roads now. That's a great thing to happen. Your bicycles and things, people ride those. Here's the thing with those: they're great. If you want to use them and you ride them on our roads, awesome. But if you're going to choose to be on the public roads with those things, you must treat them like a car or a truck or an SUV. You have to ride the same patterns, even if you're on a bicycle.
Exactly.
I don't know how many times I see people on bikes. They're running through red lights. They're going up the sidewalk the wrong way.
Against traffic.
Look, you have the right to be on the road too, but you know what? You have to obey the same rules everybody else does.
That is correct.
Because if we the driver see you on the bike and you're going the wrong way and cause an accident because of that, we get blamed because we're in a car and you're in a bike.
Yep.
But at the end of the day, all this happened because you chose not to follow traffic patterns. You chose to cut through sidewalks or red lights and things and making other people avoid you.
Yep.
And I have a problem with that. I feel bad. And yes, drivers should be very attentive.
I agree.
But when people do stuff that's so dumb, I'm sorry, that should not ruin other people's lives because you chose to make a mistake.
That's correct. And it's also going to ruin theirs because when you get hit by a car on one of those things that you've mentioned, you're not going to win.
Yeah, you're not.
And you're going to be seriously injured or killed. And so it's something that is very serious, and we're seeing that, like I said, the texting and driving, the bicycles, and things going against traffic and different things. But we're going to start working on that. And like I said, Main Street is a busy place, and if you can take the side roads or something else, you're on any of those vehicles, please do that. If you got an important phone call or something like that, pull over to the side of the road. Don't text while you're driving. One thing that I was going to tell you is, we got the fair coming up.
Yes, we're about a week or two away from that.
So the sheriff's office will be out there working as well as helping get traffic into the fairgrounds.
Yeah, it's free parking. So remember that, parents. So you can actually pull into the parking lot. Because I know back in the day when they charged parking, parents a lot of times would drop them off on the highway there.
On Main Street,
and walk them in, and that could create a little bit of extra chaos at the front gate there. So hopefully that will be eliminated now.
And people don't realize how wide Main Street or Southeast Main actually is. You drop kids off on the west side of Maine because they don't want to go through the little roadblock.
The gauntlet of cones and barrels,
they drop them off over there, and for those kids to make it across that 4-lane highway is dangerous.
Sure, you're putting them at risk.
You're putting them at risk. Yeah. So, yes, pull in. We ask that you follow the instructions on where we're going to park you, where we're going to make it. We're going to try to make it to where people aren't parking 3 cars deep.
Gotcha.
And the reason is people are getting blocked in.
Sure.
They want to get as close to the front as they can, so they just park behind the next car, 3 cars.
Sure. Everybody wants the good spot.
Everybody wants the good spot.
Yeah.
And it kills me. It's just like going to Walmart. Everyone will drive around for 3 hours to get the parking spot by the door and then go in and walk 2 miles. You're like, what are you doing? What are you doing? It's the same way. So
funny you mentioned that. I've had this very conversation with my wife when we're driving. Like when she drives, when I drive, I'm like, open spot, park, let's go.
Let's go. Yeah.
My wife is like,
cruising the deal.
All right. I was like, there's a spot. There's a spot. Well, we can get one closer. No, you can't. And we keep going. No, it's not a spot. There's a little car there.
Yeah,
and then we end up doing like 6 laps. Like I could have been in Walmart, gotten everything, and left. Yeah. And you're still circling because you don't want to walk an extra 20 feet.
Man,
and I'm like, So I feel like you've been in my car with me when I had this conversation.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And we see that people will just keep driving and driving, or if they see someone walk out, and and it's crazy because not everybody who comes back out to the car is leaving.
Right.
They're just tired of being in there while the other person is still
Some
shopping.
of them are husbands waiting for lost wives in the stores.
Exactly. So they come back out and sit in the car. You'll see a car that will just sit there and just wait for that one car to back out and get frustrated when they don't, and I'm like, man, just go. Yeah. But it's just crazy like that.
Great stress where, to be honest, if you just take the extra thing, walk a couple feet.
Yeah, walk a couple feet.
And be honest, your car's probably in better shape, safer, because the farther out you are, the less errant baskets and things that happen,
And like I said, you're going to walk 2 miles while you're in there anyway.
Yeah.
So it's not going to hurt you to walk that little bit extra.
Sure.
But
it's good exercise.
It is good exercise. Yeah. And you get to see everybody else keeps driving by you while you're looking for the other one. So,
it's like that guy, and while you're leaving with your stuff, that guy's still driving around in circles looking for a spot while you're going loading up your car.
So we're going to be out there. So we'll be out the fair. And
if I remember right, this year, just for like the fair will start, that Monday, but the carnival will start the Friday before this year. So if you want to come early the weekend before the fair, actually, and ride the carnival rides, obviously, I imagine the sheriff's deputies will be out and about, helping people and lost kids and all the things that happen at the fair and all.
So we're gonna be out there. We'll have at the front gate. I'll have the Chaves County Sheriff's Office command post and our MRAP and things like that out there, as well as deputies. So if something's going on, you can let them know. They'll be constantly moving around.
Good deal.
Walking around out there, and then inside the commercial building, I'm going to be moving from one post to the next post because I'll have my re-elect Mike Harrington booth inside there.
Excellent.
So I'm going to be going back and forth, but I will be there from the time it opens until the time it closes every day.
So you're just moving into the fairgrounds
for the week.
Fairgrounds.
So it's going to be good. And
so look for the Sheriff Mike Harrington tent.
Yeah, that's right. We'll be out there. But we're going to be very, very visible. I'll have the mounted patrol out there with me. I believe RPD still going to come out. Roswell PD still going to come out and work with inside.
Excellent.
And we're all going to work together, and state police will be there. So it'll be.
While we got you here, we say this every time at the fair, and I will remind folks as we get close to the fair. But while we're talking fair, I figure this is a good idea just to remind folks every time. Pro tip for families, especially if you got younger kids and. It's very easy for families to get separated at the fair. One kid gets smiling and looking at one thing, and next thing everyone else moved on to something else, and then they're lost.
Yeah.
It happens all the time at the fair. And they have amazing protocols. You and the RPD and the fair board and everybody works hand in hand with a procedure for this. However, to simplify and make this the process as easy as possible for everyone involved, because it's all hands on deck when there's a lost kid and everyone's looking.
Absolutely.
Before you come to the fair or while you're at the fair, take a picture of your kids with your phone in a current state with the outfit they're wearing on, the things that they look like at the fair. So
on your cell phone.
If the kids get separated, you just say, "Here's the kid. He's wearing this outfit. He's right here," and it makes so much an easier effort to try to find that kid because you're seeing this person in real time in the outfit, and people are going to be on the lookout for that.
And one of the things that we used to do whenever I would take my kids like to Cliffs and Albuquerque or some places like that, we go and we buy shirts, kind of like the one in your little poster right there, where they're really bright,
something that sticks out,
fluorescent-looking colors. That way you can see them from anywhere, and because the word mom and dad means everybody there.
Yeah, there's about 20 heads turning around when you hear that.
so it's good to have them to where they're easily recognized, but having the pictures there as soon as you come up. If you came to us and said, hey, my child is lost, no one comes or goes from the facility at that time, and the reason is because we don't want anybody leaving with a kid. So
and then as an added precaution, here's another move I'd put for it. Not only take that picture and everything, but have the plan before you got separated and go into the fair. Say, hey, make an agreement. Okay, if we all get separated for any reason, if we're walking and realize we're missing each other, then we all meet at the Ferris wheel or meet at the corn dog stand or pick a destination that everyone agrees on. So it's like, oh, I'm lost, and we all know to head to that place.
Right there.
And that is a great way to kind of not have to get more people involved. But obviously, if all those things happen, Sheriff's Department, RPD, the Fair Board, the security, everyone will be in place.
Yes.
Combing the fairgrounds to find your kid. But to save yourself a little bit of headache and hassle, take a picture of the kids that day at the thing, and then come up with a plan. Say, if we get lost or separated for any reason, meet me at the most visible thing that you guys can find at the fairgrounds.
Yeah, exactly. And we tell them, look for the Ferris wheel or the commercial building. You can always go to the front gate where we're at, but most of them get lost where they're at. But you always can see the Ferris wheel, and you can see, where the commercial building
those
is.
are big, tall landmarks that you can start gravitating
buildings,
towards.
So that's important stuff for us, and we are glad to be out there, making sure that this fair and carnival go very well because. I'm just pleased it's happening.
Yeah,
really and truly. I'm just thankful that it's going to go on, and so we're going to be out there and make it a success, and help them make it a success. So I'm thankful to the Fair Board and everybody for continuing forward and bringing this to the city.
Absolutely,
and to this county because it is so important. Because some people can't go to Cliffs or go anywhere else.
Sure,
this is their. Truly, this is their vacation. They get to go there and do things that they wouldn't normally get to do. So
this is their downtime. Their family time. Hey, while we're talking fairs, I want to ask, how did things go from your perspective as far as the livestock expo and everything that happened the week before? Everything smooth and butter and no issues or problems?
No issues, and I'm very, once again, I'm very thankful to the Fair Board and Chaves County for hosting that.
Awesome.
These kids in Albuquerque or in that area up there who have, fed and raised these animals from the beginning. They've put a lot of hard work in, and to be told, no, it's not going to happen. That's tough.
Well, I'm glad we had a great. I mean, I was out there a couple of days, because we were filming and everything, so I got to walk around, and it was packed every time we were out there. There was a great crowd of people. And you know what? And that's the thing. It was a great crowd of people. People were doing their thing. It was fine. There was no issues. Everyone was good. It didn't turn out to be a super spreader event or none of these messes that they throw out there. Yeah. It was a good event.
It was necessary for the people who do that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And, like I was told the other day, well, there's not many people who that really involves. Yes, yes, it is.
We are the ag industry.
Yes, exactly. And in our area of the state, that is a big thing for us.
Absolutely. It's a bread and butter for many people.
It really is. People. And to keep we really have to keep our young individuals interested in being farmers and ranchers and producing agriculture. And the reason is because it is a dying breed. It's kind of like a police officer,
Yeah.
It's a lot of hard work and no credit for nothing, So it's a
and the demand's growing. Like the world's getting bigger. We need more and more agriculture and food, but we have less and less people in the industry. That's it doesn't take a math wizard to figure out that's a recipe for disaster.
To be in a problem. Yeah. So and especially in my world, we eat a lot of food, so you better be out there working hard.
I like to eat.
Yeah, so that's good.
Don't make me process food all my life. I gotta get something that comes out the ground or comes off an animal every once in a while.
Exactly.
You know?
So it was a great turnout, and it brought a lot of people to Chaves County into Roswell who would have never made it this way.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's important for us to do things like that.
Absolutely. And I heard since it was a success and stuff, maybe this will set it up for the future.
I believe so.
We're the home for this thing for a while, you know.
I believe if the same mandates are involved with the balloon fiesta, we may be hosting a balloon fiesta.
You think so? You think
I
they might come look south to us?
I would tell you if I believe that would be true.
Okay.
Because they got to see that this
we'll take their money.
Yeah, exactly. But they got to see that this was success and that we welcome them with open arms.
Sure.
And I'll tell you, if you get up there and there's all these crazy mandates or rules.
Sure. People aren't going to mess with that.
They're not going to mess with that. They're going to lose. And that part of the state is going to lose so much money.
Well, you look at the actual New Mexico State Fair, and when I remember seeing stories online about like a lot of the local parking areas that normally are packed and filled every year. Yeah. There was one or two that just said, "Hey, we're not even going to do it now." We started the first day or two. We just sat here looking at each other.
Yeah, exactly.
And so we're not going to do it the rest of the fair.
It's not beneficial to be there.
Yeah. So I imagine there's a lot of people that rely on the fair for income and to feed their kids that are going to be that's not happening this year.
Yeah, that's right. And that's what we've seen. You know, Lee County had its fair, and you had 8 great turnouts, and that's what we're expecting here. And I think it's going to be good. And my guys are going to be out there, and like I said, we are honored to be able to be a big part of that.
Okay.
Awesome. Because it's important for us to be, where people are. And this is one of the things, just like our last events that we had. And this is what I tell my guys, and this is what I tell everybody is, it is good as a law enforcement officer to get out and see people living life.
Absolutely.
Because it makes you understand why it is that you do what you do every
If you're
day.
seeing all the bad stuff all day,
Exactly.
you get jaded. It's like, well, why am I helping these people? Let them rot.
Right.
Whereas you see the good stuff, the fun
good
stuff, you're like, okay, I'm
People-
protecting these people from these people. That's
right.
what I'm doing.
Yeah, and they are comfortable enough to be here and not worrying about nothing.
Yeah.
Because they know that there is somebody there for them. So
good news is, though, I think in our region, in Chaves County, I think we're okay. I think
we're okay.
Because even people that get busted by you guys,
they're great.
They respect and understand that you guys are doing your job.
Right.
And that's just it. If we can all remember, police officers are there doing their job to help you and trying to make the best of that situation. And at the end of the day, if you can understand that's the place they're coming from, then it's a whole lot easier to navigate through the situation no matter how bad it is.
It really is.
And I know emotions and things run high, but
but the other part of that is everybody knows everybody.
Yeah.
So whenever you're out and about and you're dealing with them on
a friendly level,
and then you go and you deal with them on another level, they understand that there is a difference there, and they also understand we are doing what we swore to do.
Sure.
And we know that you know the difference between right and wrong.
Sure.
And you're expecting consequences.
Well,
so that's what we know.
And when you put a personal touch on something, it
really
means
does.
more to the people.
Yeah,
and so If you're frequent flyers, that's a term that for folks that don't know that law enforcement uses for people that they regularly see day in and day out on the streets in the jails.
Yeah,
they're frequent flyers.
Yeah,
but I would imagine almost to a person, you have a relationship with every one of these frequent flyers. They know deputies by name.
Yep,
they know personal information about them, like how's your kids or something like that. So it's a hit or miss, but in some ways, it does mitigate the frequent flyers and decreases them because when you get that personal relationship, it's like it goes from it's like, come on, I see you day in and day out. I know you're better than this, man.
Yeah.
What's going on?
You're
and you
able
can get
to,
at a personal level with them.
You're able to talk to them and deal with them on a different level.
Yeah. And that's how you fix people.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's how you go from being a person with problems to being a part of society and making changes and being a good part of society.
Yeah, and that's exactly right. And that's one of the things that we're really pushing. Mental health is a big thing. And so when you get out there and you're dealing with individuals who have mental health issues, first thing is, hey, you on your medication? You got your stuff? And now we know the family members to call, so we're on that deal, and so we can get them help in a different manner than having to put everybody in jail.
Well, that's where local law enforcement's amazing.
Yeah.
Because especially in a community like ours, it's because of that thing just there.
Yeah.
Well, I know so-and-so's sister or cousin or so-and-so, and I'll talk to them.
Yeah.
And it's enforcing the law just like you would.
Oh, yeah.
But you're able to put some heart behind it and say,
absolutely.
You know what's beneficial for this person? Is it throwing them in jail, or is it getting their family on them to change their ways? And that's
exactly right.
And that's what sheriff's deputies get to make those decisions every day.
And that's exactly what I tell the guys. Not everybody needs to go to jail.
Yeah.
The guys who really and truly need to go, we're going to take you.
Sure.
Don't have no doubt. We're going to take you. But
absolutely.
Not everybody needs to go to jail. And if there's a way to minimize or to solve or deal with a problem that is ongoing, we're going to help you with that.
Sure.
It used to be that, hey, we're the Band-Aid. We're the guys who just come out and fix it for the night. Well, now, without there being a whole lot of social workers that actually come out and about, we are the ones that they call. And the thing that...
It's almost like the Judge Dredd movies and the comic books where you're the judge, jury, I mean, it's not quite that extreme, but at the same time, you're certainly the social worker, the doctor, the paramedic, if need be, in a quick incident, and of course, the police officer as well.
and exactly. And the thing about it is that, their problem may seem very little to you, but to them, it's the biggest thing in the world.
Absolutely.
Because that's the reason they called you.
That's why they're in the state that they are in, yeah.
So when you get there, one of the things I tell my guys is you treat it as though it is the biggest thing in the world. You help them get through that, or you deal with it however you got to deal with it.
Sure.
But don't ever downsize or downplay
don't trivialize their feelings.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And that we do that. I'm telling you right now, I got great guys.
Sure.
And they're out there, and it's just like we talk about, stop and give the kids a Frisbee or a football or whatever, and let them play football or do whatever with them. It's the same thing with these people. You have to come in and you have to do things other than enforce the law. Sometimes you're the guy to say, hey, man, I know you're having problems, but this is what you're going to have to do.
You're the friend, you're the guidance counselor.
Yeah, you got to go talk to this guy. Give me your sister's number, your brother's number, your dad's number.
Yeah.
Whatever. Let's get somebody over here right now who can deal with this.
Sure, and help you.
And, a lot of them just aren't used to that. And it takes a while to build trust. And once it's built, it's a good thing.
It's a solid deal.
It really is a good thing.
And you see that because in essence, the people that maybe were problems for you now turn into help.
Yeah.
Not only are they on the straight and narrow, but they're helping you turn others on the straight and narrow, or giving you information to help save other people. And I'm not, you hear informants and all that for specific cases, but in essence, that's kind of what they are. Is they almost become a second set of eyes sometimes for you guys, and
they
say,
are.
You know what I mean?
Believe me, they are.
Because you've built that trust and loyalty with them, and said, look, that's a good person. I'm going to look out for that person.
They will.
Because
that's a fact.
And I it's been a while since I've done the ride along.
I know. We know.
We got to do another one here. But I will tell you,
I'm thinking we got to just put that in the seat.
Yeah, I would love. But it's fun to do. It's really it's the problem is I'm a morning DJ, and that's the part that. But here's the thing that I don't care who you are. Short of being a law enforcement officer, but if your eyes will be opened when you go on a ride along. Even like when because there's a ton of the cops and these other shows out there, that doesn't give you a real perspective because
TV is edited.
It's just like when I got to ride with the deputy and we're going down an alley to check on a man. There was a homeless man that was kind of leaned up against the fence, just checking on his welfare and seeing he's okay. And we're going down the alley. It's on the south end of town. It's a bad neighborhood. And we're just sitting there, and I'm sitting in the passenger seat, and he's about to get out, and he goes, okay. And he says to me, he goes, stay here. He goes, but keep an eye. There's 2 guys back here. And he literally just broke down the whole situation. I'm like, I just see a dude lean up against the fence. There's 2 guys over here. Turns out one of the guys was one of the frequent flyers, and he started helping the deputy and saying, this guy, I don't know where he came from. And so one of the either current or previous frequent flyers was in the area. But because of that relationship with the officer, he was able to help and come and say, no, this guy's here, and was able to expedite and take care of what happened next. So that's the kind of policing that comes from what you're talking about.
Exactly. And it does build a good relationship. And like I said, more importantly, it educates the community on exactly what is going on. And what was crazy to me is whenever I would have somebody in the passenger seat and we're driving down the road and I'd see somebody, let's say just in a yard or mowing the deal or even waving. And I'm like, hey, did you see that guy over there? And they're like, what guy? Yeah. Because they're not looking around.
They're not trained to look for that stuff.
Yeah, they're not seeing it.
You guys are trained to be on the constant, anything that looks
anything and everything.
Different.
As you pass a house, you always look at doors and windows. That's the first thing you see. Why? Because if there's anybody going in or something looks odd, then that's what you go to.
And they're probably looking for you or looking to see what's going on. If you're coming lights and sirens or whatever, sure.
So as you're moving, but as I'm just driving through a neighborhood, I always look at the houses, and you're always looking at doors and windows, but you're constantly going, and so people think, oh, the deputies are just driving around or law enforcement's just driving around. Believe me, while they're doing it, they're taking in information.
Sure, they're seeing
and they're learning things, and so that's how community policing works. As you drive by, you want to know who's supposed to be there during the day, and you soon learn real quick.
It's kind of like your neighborhood watches and thing. That's the whole point behind neighborhood watches, with the exception of you're not supposed to, reproach. You just report and let the peace officer come in. And
we're here. This is different, but it's really good, and we're seeing a lot of one thing I will tell you, since the day I took office, and I have shown this community that we are there for you during the good and the bad, the ugly, we're there for you. And the people, this community has come together in a sense that really supports law enforcement. But not only that, gives information on things that we wouldn't have known.
That's good.
We wouldn't have been able to solve without their help. So it's such a good thing.
Yeah, you guys can't do your job. Law enforcement cannot do their job. I don't care.
That's right.
What department it is. Well, I don't care how large it is.
How good you are.
Yeah, I don't care if you've got the most advanced equipment in the land, with the best trained officers in the land, with everything, even future. I mean, I don't care if they look like RoboCop out there. Without the support of the public, they're not going to get the job done.
That's right. Without somebody coming forward saying, "Hey, let me tell you something."
Yeah.
It is a good thing. But we are constantly busy. We're out there. We invite people to come and do ride-alongs. We ask that when you come in, you fill out a form, basically saying you're not going to sue us if you get hurt.
Sure.
While you're out there, because people may try to hurt you.
It is there is a risk with being a peace officer and also riding along with one.
We're riding along. So, but we do invite everybody for that, and so it is a good thing. And right now, I tell everybody, follow the Chaves County Sheriff's Office Facebook page.
Good resource.
Be on that. Yes, look at things. We're putting out lots of good information. As you see on TV, we just had a shooting yesterday in,
I think I missed this one.
Yeah, there was at a grocery store, and the guy went in there, and this was in another state, but I'm trying to think of where it was. But so this was a mass shooting again. Another.
I caught a headline. I didn't catch the details. Yeah.
It's things that are still happening everywhere around us. Yeah, that's
to me. That's all mental health.
Guy just got fired. Ended up coming back in a couple minutes later. ends up shooting a lot of people in there. But what I'm getting at is always keep your head on a swivel, be very aware, be very alert. I emphasize to people, those who haven't got it yet and are eligible to get it, is get your concealed carry, carry your gun with you. Know that is to protect you and another.
Not to mention the training that goes with it, because there's nothing better than armed people than well-trained armed
That's
people.
right. That's exactly right. You just don't want to pick up a gun and think you got it.
We want well-trained armed people.
We want well-trained people.
And concealed carry kind of forces you to make sure you got all your training.
It really does. Yeah. And you become part of a group that says, hey, you want to go out and go shoot? You want to go do this? You want to go do that? And it really does make you better at it. And so, but to protect yourself and to protect your family and those around you, it is important that we look into things like that. And so not everybody is for it, but they're sure thankful when the guy next to him is.
How many times do we see online that bad situation? I mean, look, the subway in Albuquerque a couple weeks ago. Look at that. That's the perfect scenario right there what we're talking about. Enough of those scenarios happen. People that are looking for an easy way to make money are going to think twice about doing it that way. I'm sorry. It's sad that people are dying, but if enough people stand up and defend themselves and stop this, people are going to think twice about doing these kind of things. They know there's a good chance someone in there might be better equipped to handle than they are. You know,
it goes back to what I say about Crocodile Dundee. You know, he says that's not a knife. This is a knife. Yeah. And that's the same thing.
Sometimes it's better to walk tall and speak quiet, carry a big stick than talk a lot and not use it. You know what I mean?
That's exactly right.
Sometimes you just carry it, and that's good enough.
Yep. So we're very thankful to you, and we appreciate
anytime you guys
everything you're doing. Yeah, you guys have been great.
Anything we can do to help, and folks, come on out to the fair, get on out to these things, and come support our community and support our officers here, and more. More folks out there, say thank you, help out any way you can. These all are, it's a great thing. We got a great
absolutely. So we appreciate you.
Well, thanks, Sheriff. Have a good weekend. Hopefully it's a quiet one for you.
I hope so.
Hopefully you get to do more of the community things and less of the 2 in the morning events things.
Exactly. So that works.
Awesome. McDonald's, don't forget.
Yes, thank you so much.
All right, it is 8:55. Quick news update break before more news. Don't go away.
Now for a Pecos Valley news update, I'm Jared Cirillo. The Roswell Independent School District has closed Military Heights Elementary School in order to help slow the spread of COVID-19. An official quarantine involves only 2 classrooms, however. On social media, the RISD said 2nd and 5th graders would be out of classes until October 5th. The entire school is closed to in-person learning today, but is scheduled to reopen Monday. After a 14-month hiatus, work has resumed at the Carlsbad brine well site. New Mexico Energy, Minerals, and Natural Resources said during a recent video conference that preparation on the site began in late August after the state, Eddy County, and the city of Carlsbad received $18 million in new funding. Work was halted at the site last year when the money ran out. Also, concerns were brought forward. A series of earthquakes in West Texas in July of last year might be causing new problems. You're up to date. I'm Jared Cirillo.
With the SRN News Business Brief, I'm Bill Alexander. Target will hire fewer seasonal workers this year and will instead offer more hours to current employees. The move is in response to its permanent workers wanting more hours. About 100,000 seasonal workers will be hired nationwide. That's about 30,000 less than last year. The U.S. Department of Justice says 2 Virginia companies have agreed to pay more than $1 million to settle allegations that they received kickbacks linked to federal government contracts reserved for certain small businesses. The companies are Index Systems and Capital Consulting. On Wall Street, the Dow up 506 points to 34,764. The Nasdaq up 155 to 15,052. And the S&P 500 added 53 points to 4,448. With the SRN News Business Brief, I'm Bill Alexander in Washington.
Because Charlie Libben made such good cheesecakes, he decided to open up a cheesecake store in Chicago. After much success, Charlie opened up a second store in Chicago. That store didn't do so well, and shortly after, he lost both stores. As Charlie sat down in his home one night eating cheesecake, he thought, "This is good cheesecake." So he opened up another store. After success, he again opened up a second store. Unfortunately, both stores failed miserably. Charlie Lubin did this 2 more times, failing yet again both times. However, that did not stop him. He opened up a bakery the 5th time. This time he named the cheesecakes after his daughter, Sarah Lee, and thus began his journey to owning the largest bakery in the world. Charlie's persistence paid off. You may have failed in life a time or two. Remember, as you sit back with a Sarah Lee dessert, not to give up. Keep persevering. God has great things in store for you.
Join us at the Country Club Road Church of Christ for worship at 10 a.m. on Sunday, located on the corner of Country Club and Washington in Roswell.
This is Renee.
Happy to be here.
She's not some influencer. She's more of a groundbreaker, turning her 4-acre lot into a little slice of heaven behind the wheel of a John Deere 1 Series tractor. Renee runs with us because the most important job is the next one.
That's all I got.
Nothing runs like a Deere. Hear Renee's story at Deere.com.
Stop by Pecos Valley Equipment in Artesia and Roswell, or visit us online at pecosvalleyequipment.com.
There's never a bad time to break out a bag of La Poblanita Party Tostadas. At home, the office, in the club, wherever. Parties happen with La Poblanita Party Tostadas, the perfect crunch, seasoned just right and ready to get the party started. It's the dippable chip that bites back. The chips that make bland salsas better. Grab a bag of La Poblanita Party Tostadas at your local grocery store across all of southeastern New Mexico and take the party up a notch with La Poblanita Party Tostadas. They're all that and a bag of chips.
Bill Cunningham is now in Roswell on 106.5 FM KEND Roswell.
Breaking news this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. Chaos on the southern border, raging inflation, the catastrophe in Afghanistan. In spite of it all, President Biden says,
I make no apologies for my proposals, how I'm proceeding.
The president telling reporters at the White House a short time ago that things will get better.
By the end of the year, we're going to be in a very different place.
Mr. Biden pleading with unvaccinated Americans to get the COVID vaccine, and for those who are eligible to get a booster shot, to get one once those become available.
Please, look out for your own self-interest and health here. Get vaccinated.
The CDC director has given a thumbs up to boosters for some who receive the Pfizer vaccine. A third shot to be offered to people 65 and up, nursing home residents, and those 50 to 64 who have underlying health issues. People behaving badly on planes. Still a problem, but apparently not as much of a problem of late.
Federal officials say unruly passengers are becoming a bit less common on airline flights, but they are still causing disruptions at twice the rate of late last year. The Federal Aviation Administration says its zero-tolerance policy, including fines against more passengers, is helping. Congressman Peter DeFazio of Oregon is calling for more criminal prosecutions of unruly passengers and wants to see airports stop selling alcohol to go. Greg Clugston, Washington.
Steve Bannon, one of 4 former Trump associates subpoenaed by the House panel investigating the January U.S. Capitol riot. Also getting subpoenas, ex-White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows, former Deputy Chief of Staff Dan Scavino, and former Pentagon official Kash Patel. Wall Street, the Dow is down 21 points, NASDAQ off 72, and the S&P 5 points lower. More on these stories at townhall.com.
President Biden has declared war on the small business owners of America. In his first 100 days, he's pushed for a massive tax increase on small businesses. And his $2 trillion infrastructure plan is a $2 trillion tax hike on American employers. He also wants to make it harder for small business owners to keep their doors open by pushing a $15 minimum wage. And his Green New Deal will drive up energy prices on small business owners. One group is working hard to fight these attacks, the great folks at Job Creators Network. And they're looking for a few good men and women to join their small business advocacy and advisor program. They'll train you up, help you with op-eds in your local papers, and TV appearances on your local news stations. In short, their Crackerjack team will prepare you to be a leader and a fighter for small businesses in your community, your state, and the country you love. If you own a business and want to join the fight, go to joinjcn.com now to learn more. They're looking for a few good men and women to join their growing army of small business leaders and advocates. Go to joinjcn.com now. They need you. America needs you.
The former chairman of China's top distiller sentenced to life in prison for bribery.
Maltai is the luxury drink of choice for many Chinese elites. The multi-billion-dollar liquor giant now commands a quarter of the alcohol market in China. The brand's image is closely associated with the Chinese ritual of lengthy banquets, where many big business deals are done. Now it seems that some of Maltai's deals weren't above board. A court in southwest China's Guizhou province found the company's longtime chairman, Yuan Renguo, had accepted over $18 million in bribes over a 14-year period in exchange for lucrative distribution contracts.
That's a BBC's Celia Hatton. Travelers arriving at UK airports facing delays today after electronic passport gates failed, forcing passengers to wait in line for border officers to inspect their papers. Breaking news and analysis, townhall.com. Big retailer planning to scale back seasonal hiring this year.
Target is navigating a tight labor market and will instead offer more hours to current employees. About 100,000 seasonal workers will be hired nationwide, about 30,000 less than last year. Many of those workers will be offered jobs beyond the holiday season. Employers have struggled all year to find enough workers. They've increased hourly pay, announced signing bonuses, and cast aside previous minimum standards like a high school diploma. John Scott reporting.
There's been no word yet on a motive for yesterday's shootings at a Kroger supermarket in suburban Memphis. One person was killed in the attack. Collierville, Tennessee Police Chief Dale Lane says at least a dozen other people were injured. The gunman was found dead. Apparently, he took his own life. Once again on Wall Street this hour, the Dow is now up 2 points, the NASDAQ down 62. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. Ringing through it, flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The devil listen, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 9 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 3.
Tres Inviernos
of Mornings with Mike Winters, right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Buenos Friday.
Yeah, buddy.
Happy Viernes to everybody.
Indeed.
Did I get that right? Viernes? I think I did.
Yes.
I think I did. Good for me.
Yep.
Hope you're all having a delightful one. As is the case each and every Friday, got to thank the fine folks at McDonald's, where they got you covered. Delicious breakfast treats. Swing on by right now. And if you're like, I want to go like Egg McMuffin or green chili on that bad boy, go for it. Or if you're like, no, I'm a pastry morning guy. I like a good muffin or a bear claw. McDonald's, no worries.
A little something for everybody.
They got you both.
I'm like, I kind of want a donut.
All right.
Huh?
How about mini donuts that you can pull apart?
How about several donuts?
Yeah.
Not just
that
a
you
donut.
Can share or hoard for yourself.
That's right. Nothing quite feels as awesome as holding a bunch of donuts in one hand and just popping one off.
Yeah.
And then just like,
I like to rip.
and then just let it fall
I'm
back.
a ripper.
Yeah?
I like to rip
Or
it.
rip it off?
I rip and pop.
Nice.
I rip with a hand and pop in the air.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, that's my move.
Nice. Well,
Yeah.
it's good for hand-eye coordination.
It is. And if I get too fancy, instead of throwing in the air, I put it on my thumb and flick it like a quarter.
Oh, dang. Dang. You're a marksman is what you are.
Just like the Looney
I feel
Tunes.
like because of the roundness of the structure, there's too much risk for flyaway.
It's all on the wrist.
Ah, look at a flick of the wrist.
It's
look
all
at a
about
flick of the wrist.
It's like your gyroscope. You
I was
keep the
trying
balance
to.
on the wrist.
It's funny you mentioned that. I'm trying to teach Rihanna how to shoot a basketball. We were at the pool and we were playing basketball. I said it's all about the wrist. I said you got to flick the wrist, and she goes, she just pushes her hand. I'm like, no, honey, the wrist, the wrist. So the whole time we were doing this thing.
Okay, and she started picking it up.
Starting to a little bit.
Good
yeah.
deal.
We'll get to finesse later. Right now, it's all about the flick of the wrist.
Next week, he's gonna be running around going, "Shoot the J,
shoot it." We're gonna play computer blue, darling picky.
If you know that reference, you're cool. It is 8 minutes after 9 o'clock.
So earlier this morning, we got into a discussion about the upcoming, much anticipated second season of Tiger King.
Yes. CC.
Yes, indeed. So I've tasked young Hard R with a bit of a challenge.
The velvet painting?
Not quite the velvet painting. Well, he didn't have that kind of time.
Well, I mean, not maybe a Photoshop.
He's been there doing
version,
velvet
but-
work for quite some time, but I think we can finally realize what one Michael P. Winters would look like.
I would love to
with
see
that
it. Did
exotic
he do
hair.
it?
So if we
please,
could,
did he do it?
There it is.
I like it. I look sexy. I
I'm
ain't gonna
telling
lie.
you, little pop open. And by the way, you want to check this out? It's on our video feed. You can follow along at ksvptv.com or on the 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM Facebook page.
You picked a very flattering picture of him. His
think
body's
so.
like on point there.
I'm telling
I ain't
you.
gonna lie.
And now there were two versions of this, but this one was the version that I felt like had the most potential because with the sunglasses, with the mix, I feel now. Correct me if I'm wrong.
By the way, that hat's not Photoshop. That's my hat. I'm just
That
kidding.
is my hat.
I'm just kidding.
Is that I almost am looking at Big Flat Mike and I'm like, is that the Big Flat Mike face or is that just your go-to?
No, it's a different angle.
It is a different angle. You're right.
Yeah, it's tilted.
But it's
so-
Photoshop, so I figured we
What's
could.
that? What do you say, Tanner? I missed it. A
Different picture. Okay. All right. Yeah. But yeah, really well done. And I got to say, you really should start rocking some leopard print and popping open that top button.
If
a little
I
bit.
can get a blonde mullet, and I need, you know what?
Dude, it's spooky season. You can't tell me you can't come across some kind of mullet.
I kind of look hot.
I'm telling you. Yeah.
Hey, there's Jamie. Get Jamie and Thomas in here.
Right.
See if I look hot here. I want to see. There's a female in the building. Let's see what they think. We need a female real quick. I think I look hot. So you got to be on the video to appreciate this. So Tanner made a Tiger King version of me. I think I look hot as Tiger King.
Mike Exotic, everyone.
Mike Exotic. I think I look hot.
We're trying to figure out if this is a look that he could pull off.
I think I could. I think I'm a suave looking dude there.
Dude, I have the jacket. I mean, I'm just saying there's something about you and a mullet that just really brings it,
works,
all
doesn't
together.
it?
It does. It brings it all together.
It works, doesn't it?
That was my Halloween costume last year.
It actually was. He's got all of that.
I have the glasses. I got the earrings. I got the hat. I got the. Of course, I have the shirt.
Michael.
My neck isn't that
Michael,
sweet, though.
we can make this happen.
I need a manly neck like that.
Here's what you need to do.
I have the mullet too, man. I got the whole thing.
I'm telling you, I don't look bad there.
You've got a little over. You've got a little over a month. Okay, so
is he still in prison?
Yeah,
he's locked
Well, they're
up.
about. Did you guys hear? There's going to be a Tiger King 2 coming out before
Season
the end
2.
of the year.
All right.
Yeah.
From the jail cell or
All-
what?
It's
the
the whole
questions
story
answered that
after
you never
One of
knew
these
had.
guys just get arrested or
Something, yeah.
something squirrely happened.
But yeah, Netflix is doing Tiger King 2, and it's going to be out before the end of the year here, and that's why we're
Is
all
it called the Deuce?
the Tiger King Deuce.
Oh, it really
should
should
be.
be.
My version, the Deuce.
There you go. Michael,
I got all that. So whatever you're
Very fitting name right there.
you've a little over a month, okay?
we could probably put the jacket on.
I ain't gonna lie. I feel like I could pull that off.
Here's what you need to do.
I need
Between
the mullet.
now and then,
I
you have
have
a
the
little.
mullet. I got it all, dude.
You have a little over a month. Between now and then, if you can acquire a good chest merkin, I think we get you a nice via chest hair.
Is that
There you
like
go.
enough to get
Yeah,
started?
but see, it's a little deep. We got to get it up.
Well, my
here.
hair doesn't go up here. It's,
That's what I'm saying. We got to
so
get you
I
like a
kinda-
good merkin.
I got the necklace.
But
too.
if you go low enough and put a good medallion there,
That's true.
It will be all right.
It's true.
will you carry one of your cats around?
Oh, dude.
Well, I would, but I don't know if my cats would be down with that because they don't leave the house.
Give them
They
some Benadryl.
You should just get him
some drugs.
Drug your cat.
Drug your cat
fine.
and drag it around and be Tiger King.
He just
This
needs a
message
big
brought to you by
stuffed white
Mornings with Mike
tiger like
Winters.
Siegfried and Roy to just drape over
Hey,
his
maybe I
shoulders.
can borrow Jamie's cat backpack and walk around with that.
There you go.
That'd be good.
She's got one of them cat backpacks with the bubble, and then the cat face
Oh,
sticks
yeah,
out the
yeah.
bubble.
You already got the stash.
I know. I'm telling you. Ladies, drink it in. I'm telling you, I think I'm pretty hot there.
If you really want to embrace this, I think you need to start with a non-traditional piercing. And that's just to get you in the right mindset.
So a lower cut
something
shirt
below the neck.
and a nipple deal.
Yeah.
Oh,
All
okay.
right.
I think that's a good way to get started.
All right.
I know a lady. Hold on. Let me make a phone call.
I ain't gonna lie.
Melissa, you listening?
I'm looking and I'm liking.
I think what we're trying to say is a big thanks to McDonald's for sponsoring the Mornings with Mike Winters every Friday.
And if you need something sexy to look at later, just tune in to about the 9:13 a.m. mark. You can see my pictures of me and sexy Tiger King. I might show that to my wife. See what that does for her.
Hey, baby.
What do you think of this pic, sweetie? What if I don't tell her it's Tiger King? What if I tell her it's a pic from me from like the 80s? You think she'll buy it?
I found this one for my trip to Oklahoma.
I mean, other than the big gray beard, you think she'd buy it?
Well, that and the Bengal tiger. Bit of a hard sell.
Oh, I can sell the tiger.
And again,
It's the beard that's going to be a problem.
You've been to some crazy places.
All right, I got to get the interview going if I'm going to have any chance of doing this. So it's 9:13. We're going to play our interview with Natasha Welp from Roswell Boys and Girls Club here in just a few. Before we do that, though, let's get you up to date in the weather. Man, I'm hot.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Not much going on around the area for the next few days. Most of our weekend looks fair, although we may pick up a shower or two on Sunday afternoon. In the meantime, a mix of sun and clouds today, and our afternoon high warming into the upper 80s. We'll be in the upper 50s and partly cloudy overnight. Looks like mid-80s and sunshine tomorrow. Isolated afternoon thunderstorms Sunday, upper 80s. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Let me refresh my weather. I was, I got the verklempt looking at me as Tiger King. It's pretty hot. I ain't gonna lie. Currently 65 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 40%. Winds currently out of the northeast at 7 miles per hour. Mostly sunny today. Highs expected to reach 90 degrees. Southeast winds 5 to 10. Partly cloudy tonight with an overnight low of 57. South winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Saturday, mostly sunny and a high of 88 tomorrow. Northwest winds 5 to 10 in the morning, picking up and shifting to the south for the afternoon at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Tomorrow night, mostly cloudy with an overnight low of 58. South winds 5 to 15 miles per hour. Sunday, mostly sunny. Highs, once again, right around 88, 89. South winds 5 to 10. And then next week, we'll be sitting in the mid to upper 80s for most of the week. 88 on Monday, 87 Tuesday, 88 Wednesday. 30% chance of rain Thursday with a high of 85. So we'll see how all that shapes out. All right, 9:15. We're going to take a commercial break, and then our interview we had yesterday with the folks from Big Brothers and Big Brothers. I do this all the time. Boys and Girls Club, Natasha Welp. We'll do that on the other side. Don't go away.
Have they found you yet? They're always looking. They work 24 hours a day. They're underground operators, so you probably won't see them coming. They invade 5 million American homes every year. They're looking for yours right now. Termites. They cause more damage than tornadoes, fires, and earthquakes combined. They eat unprotected homes from the inside out every minute of every day. And most homeowners' insurance doesn't cover termite damage. Don't wait until termites find you. Get protected now with the Centricon Termite Colony Elimination System with always active technology. The system provides continuous daily protection against termites, killing termites today and protecting your home in the future. Termites are always looking. That's why the Centricon system is always active.
To learn more about the Centricon system, call Bob Reed Pest Control at 623-5344 in Roswell and 877-623-5344 for all of Southeast New Mexico.
When you think of home health care here in Roswell, what's the first thing that pops into your head? That's right, Frontier Medical. We've been doing it better than anyone else for over 20 years. From in-home nursing to physical therapy and so much more. Doctors and hospitals from Albuquerque to Lubbock and everywhere in between have been trusting their patients to us here at Frontier Medical. So when it's time to make a choice, remember Frontier Medical. 575-627-1112. Frontier Medical. Name to remember.
Like most people, you're busy enjoying your life and taking care of today's priorities. But it's a good idea to think about your future. Will you have enough income to enjoy a comfortable lifestyle down the road? Time flies, so it's never too soon to create a financial strategy for your future. A super check from your local Farm Bureau agents can help make sure you're on track. Take control of your future and call Farm Bureau agents Caleb Grant, Jeff Weathers, and Chad Holloway in Roswell at 575-755-FBFS.
Wakefield Oil Company is a name you can rely on with full service at the pump the way it used to be. You can expect service in just 15 seconds. They offer bulk fuel and oil services and even diesel exhaust fluid. Wakefield Oil Company will deliver to farms, ranches, dairies, the oil fields, and more with dependable service you can count on. So the next time you need service or delivery, go with the name that locals have trusted since 1983. Wakefield Oil Company, 311 South Virginia in Roswell. Let them earn your business.
If you're missing a tooth or several teeth, a dental implant may be the ultimate solution. Implants look and feel so much like real teeth that you probably forget you have an implant. Maupin & Brown Dentistry is one of New Mexico's most experienced implant providers, with literally thousands of implant patients who are absolutely delighted with the results. Call Maupin & Brown today for an evaluation. You'll be surprised how affordable implants can be. Maupin & Brown, your choice for experienced, state-of-the-art dentistry.
Join Hot New Country 92.9 The Brand and Fiera 106.1 for a live broadcast this Saturday from 10 to 1 at Roswell Honda. The race is on, and Roswell Honda is moving the metal with rebates, savings, and discounts across the lot. We'll have Super Meat Mart hot dogs and ice-cold Pepsi products, and they'll have great giveaways, including AirPods and soda for stopping by, a smartwatch with a qualified test drive, tickets to the Roswell Dragway with purchase, and more. See you Saturday, 10 to 1 at Roswell Honda, 2177 West 2nd.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. 1 in 3 snake bite victims is drunk. 1 in 5 is tattooed. Hold my beer and check this out. Here's Mike Winters.
Joining us in the studio this morning from Boys and Girls Club. I always want to say Roswell Boys and Girls Club, but technically it's Lincoln and Chaffetz County Boys and Girls Club. But you get the message either way. It's here in Roswell. Natasha Welt back with us. Good morning.
Hi.
How are you today?
I'm doing great.
Good. It's been a while since we had a chance to talk to you.
Yes.
I think actually pre-COVID, really, because you guys were hopping there pre-COVID, and then well, like the rest of the world, everything shut down when COVID started. But I guess let's start there. How is Boys and Girls Club faring right now post-COVID here?
Well, we're here and we're open. We just went through our remodel.
Good deal.
So the whole building is remodeled.
So that was a blessing in disguise a little bit there. Yeah,
it was. We relocated to the Aquatic Center while the remodel was happening and ran programs over there.
The Pet Temporary Dig had a pool, so you can't complain there.
Can't complain. So after that, we moved back in. We've got brand new LED lighting throughout the whole building.
Very good.
So that's really awesome. Sure. We love it. The gym is basically brand new.
Nice.
Brand new floor, brand new roof. We've got brand new HVAC system throughout the whole building.
So it's a new facility.
It's a new facility, yeah. Polished cement or concrete for the flooring.
And I imagine too, with the less sexy but more necessary side, it's probably the building's much more ADA compliant and everything since it was originally designed back in the day.
Yeah, when we the whole building's repainted. Yeah. Boys and Girls Club, actually, we repainted the outside of it ourselves, just so that we could
have your touch on
fresh,
it.
Have a fresh part of it.
Well, I think too, it's like especially something like Boys and Girls. It's the club. It's it's an organization where its members take possession of it.
Yes,
and so I think them actually coming and painting and being a part of it is like their stamp of saying this was our contribution to the physical property here. Yeah.
So we're also going to do landscaping in the whole front of the building. We're going to put in a xeriscape.
All right.
Instead of the grass that's there.
Good deal.
I don't know if it's grass or if it's just kind of
weed-like
grass, but we're going to get rid of it and we're going to put in rocks and some boulders and stuff.
The weather we're starting to get an area where that will be more cooperative for you, so that the kids can be outside and not scorching heat and everything.
Yeah, it'll be good stuff.
And since it's xeriscaping, it's not like a lot of seasonal plants and things to worry about.
No, it's not.
So,
there's just like yucca and ocotillo plants that'll be stuck out there.
So as long as it's not snowing or raining, you could probably plant this stuff anytime. So.
Oh, yeah. So it'll be good. It'll be good. a good facelift.
I think so. And plus,
there.
again, it's another teaching / moment of exposing the kids to more opportunities.
More stuff.
Yeah, I know. Like, for instance, if you go to the Facebook page right now for Chavis and Lincoln County Boys and Girls Club, I think one of the things y'all did yesterday or the last couple days was a thing on butterflies and the gardening and all that.
Oh,
and,
man,
and this
the
is
kids
more
had
of
fun.
that. And that's what Boys and Girls Club is. It's an opportunity to expose children to many different things that they may or may not get access to either in school or in their personal lives. And hopefully that turns it into maybe a career or a passion or something that they find their niche in life and the things that's theirs. You know?
That's what we're there for. We're there to show them that it's not just all about, going home after school and playing video games.
Exactly.
And whatever it might be, come to the club. And that butterfly release was awesome.
Yeah.
Jim and Vicky Burris, they brought over a tent and they brought over her collection of butterflies. They brought caterpillars. And the kids got to literally be in this tent with them as they released the butterflies out. And they were flying all over them.
And who knows? The group of kids that were part of this, next thing you know, maybe one of them, they're going to be a biologist or be a zookeeper or be a veterinarian or
because of them coming out and showing them these butterflies.
Yeah, exactly.
They wouldn't have known that that's what they wanted to do until they were at the club hanging out with butterflies.
Exactly. That's what it's all about. So it's I don't know if it necessarily is the way it's intended to, but Boys and Girls Clubs almost like let's expose them to as many things as we can and kind of see what sticks.
Yes.
That mantra of let's just throw it all up against the wall and see what sticks kind of mentality. And it's a little more organized and planned than that. But in essence, that's kind of what Boys and Girls Club is like. It's like, let's get them, all right, you love video gaming? Well, here's some the not playing side of video game and learn more about computer skills and things. Or maybe you can learn about sports. Okay, you love sports? Well, let's talk about the team and building and the leadership side of sports and work some of those angles in. Or hey, okay, kids, you want to start a project. What do you want to start? Let's work with it. And then you find out the elements and that's
in the middle of it.
Yeah.
Yes.
And now obviously everything's age appropriate. So you're not getting the younger kids and saying, all right, you're going to create a project here. They work their way up to that.
Yes.
But that's the beauty of Boys and Girls Club. It progresses with the kids. So if they come in young, they're doing some of the things that are more appropriate for the younger age kids. But as they get older and go into middle school and into high school, Boys and Girls Club continues for them. And they, in essence, much like a lot of youth programs, they go from being the students to the mentors in some aspect.
Yes, they do. A lot of some of the older kids like to read with the younger kids.
Yeah.
And so it's real cool to see them when we have our literacy program twice a week that we run it. And the older kids come in and they sit with the younger kids and they help them read through the books.
Gotcha. So they're like little tutors.
Yeah, it's really cool to see. The younger kids love that time.
Yeah.
They love for the bigger kids to come in and grasp that with them, and so that's really cool.
And that's another side that yes, we want to expose the children to as many different opportunities and things too. But through all that, they learn the ancillary life lessons, the things that as parents you want to teach them and you want to expose them to, but sometimes you can't teach certain moments when it's just a family setting and kids,
Yes, when they just go home after school.
Yeah.
Because I wonder, honestly, where our elementary and most of our middle school
because like you said,
are
post-COVID now, and the numbers aren't what they were.
They aren't what they were.
Yeah, it's just the truth.
Yeah, and I can't figure out where these kids are going.
Yeah.
I don't know if they are just going home and playing video games all day after school until mom and dad get off of work, or if they are going to grandparents' houses or whatever it might be.
Or
but
doing the things pre-COVID that kids that are out with free time and we don't want them idle hands, idle time and doing things
we
that
don't
they
want
should.
that. We want them to come to the club and have an opportunity to get their homework finished. Because we do offer that. We offer homework time.
Priority one, generally speaking, before we start, playing activities and do all that.
Yes.
Priority one is, all right, let's house school. What's going on? Where can we help you with that? What's your homework? What assignments you got? How'd you do on those? Let's see. Okay, you didn't do well on that test. Let's take a look at why.
Let's find
and
out
figure
why.
It out. Yeah,
exactly. And that's what we're there for after school. We spend about an hour with them on their homework, so they have an opportunity to complete it before they even go home.
Yeah,
and then they can go into the program.
So when the kids get home at the end of the day and then they tell you the homework's done, they're actually telling the truth.
It's absolutely right. Yes, because we've helped them take care of it. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So that's good.
And then obviously, families are concerned with, the COVID and social distance, all of the practices that the state are requiring. You guys are practicing and doing.
So we do, we practice all of the COVID safe stuff.
Yeah.
We do wear masks in the building. We stay about 3 feet apart.
Okay.
While we're in the building, the kids have to do an arm length, each of them.
So you make them cognizant of it, and that's part of the activities.
When they line up, they've got to line up apart. They sit at separate tables. They still interact with each other all day, every day. It's not like they're separate in their own little community.
But you're more cognizant of the spreading.
Yes, and I tell you what, the spreading of sickness has decreased.
Good.
Immensely.
Good.
It's crazy. Crazy.
I've said this and this was like, because my wife's a teacher. And so that's just the nature of the beast. In the normal world, my wife gets colds every year. And so guaranteed I get them. So usually during the winter months, if I don't have a cold, I feel like I'm getting out of one or coming into one.
Yes.
And that hasn't happened much since.
It's just not there. Yeah. And I think it's because the kids are distanced away from each other. They're not on their face as much with their hands.
Yeah.
They're not. It's just different.
Well, we just got to find, and we as a society, I don't want to get into a whole discussion about this, but we as a society got to figure out the happy medium. We got to find out, because there are some obvious, very important things with the close interaction. Social, that's humanity. We need that.
Yes.
However,
and we have that still.
We've got to also be cognizant that it now's a little bit more of a troublesome time to do that. So you just got to find the medium. We don't want to go uber crazy and be like, all right, let's put everybody in bubbles and walk around and all that. But at the same time, we just don't want to disregard this and not do anything.
And not do anything about
proactive about it. So,
and that's what we're doing. We're just trying to be proactive with the masks and the distancing, and the kids don't seem to mind.
Yeah.
So we just kind of go on our way with it. And they have to wear masks all day at school anyways.
They're getting conditioned, I guess you could say. That's a term you want to use. But
it's what it is.
Sure.
And it's where we're at. So,
but we would like to get your kids out. Come on out and be a part of this.
Be a part of it.
What's the official age range for children to be a part of a Boys and Girls Club?
Right now, we're offering for 1st through 8th grade.
Okay,
is what we've got. We have 1st graders in the building, and we have 8th graders in the building.
Gotcha.
So we're offering that just medium, right in between.
Okay.
We've got
now. Does demand change that for you, or say you get a bunch of high school kids that want to be in it?
We need a teen program.
Okay,
we really do need a teen program.
Gotcha. So it's a personnel and staffing.
It is.
Basically, just like everything else in the COVID world.
Because
you guys are short-staffed too.
Oh, yes. And we are hiring as well. We do need somebody to work with the kids. We need a youth development professional.
Okay.
That's what we're looking for at the moment. So,
all right. Anybody interested? Is it, I guess, can they apply direct through Boys and Girls Club, or is it
apply on
Workforce Collection?
At our place.
Okay.
201 South Garden.
Come see the new digs.
Yes. And you can, and just grab an application from me, and that's kind of where we're going with it.
Awesome. And then, obviously, rule number 1 is probably work well with kids.
Yes. Yes, you have to like kids.
If you don't like
order.
kids, maybe this job's not your cup of tea.
This probably isn't your area. Yes. And with that, with the teen program that we would love to get one in the building. We just need the right person for it.
Sure.
Somebody who's going to be willing to stay later.
Yeah. It's a labor of love.
Guys.
Anytime you're in nonprofit organizations, I don't care what it is. If you work for one, it's always a labor of love.
Yes,
because you're doing less with more. That's or did I say that right? Doing more with less.
More with less.
Yeah, I've reversed it. You're doing more with less on that, and that's just the way of the world in a nonprofit. And so, it's all about committed people.
Yes, and that's what we need.
And so if you're one of those people that have a passion for kids and doing these things and and are willing to say, you know what, I'm willing to work late and do things that above and beyond the call because it's for the benefit of these kids.
It's for these kids.
You're not going to get rich or famous, but you're going to make a difference in kids' lives.
But you are going to make a difference in the community and what these kids are going to do and grow up to be.
You're an integral part in the future of our community.
Yeah. And in the end, it's something I always like to say is we're not changing these kids' lives, but they're changing our lives.
You're absolutely true.
And gosh, man, some of these kids, I'm just like, wow.
I imagine yourself could say this and your other individuals that are part of it, that you've probably taken more out of the program than you give back or feel like you
put
have.
in. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
you feel like you
I don't
are
think you actually have, but you feel like you have.
Yeah. Going off of that, on the giving back part, we are going to do our Thanksgiving dinner this year.
Awesome.
We discussed it and we decided that is something that we're able to do.
Perfect.
It's not going to be a sit-in.
Okay.
So the last year that we did our community dinner, we were able to do it to go.
Good deal.
So you just come in, go across our buffet line,
pick up a meal, and take it to your family,
and go on home and eat it with your family.
So you're going to try to do that again this year?
So that's what we're going to do again this year.
Okay. So I'd imagine you probably use some help with donations.
Yes,
and
we need donations
food items.
of turkeys is what we need. And we need help that day with volunteers
to serve and cook and oversee and
all
things like
stuff.
that.
Yep.
Are some of the kids going to be? Are they
I'm
allowed
sure,
to help out with some of the
in the
prep and
past
stuff?
they were.
Good. I didn't know what the rules
I'd
were on all that kind of
imagine
stuff.
this year we're going to be able to do the same.
Good.
Providing
because I
all the
imagine
stuff.
there's a few boys and girls that are coming in the program that are going to be the next Wolfgang Puck or Gordon Ramsay out there.
Yes, and that would be really cool for them to go into something like that. And so that we're going to do it on November 23rd.
Okay.
And it'll just be a take and go.
Okay. Is that the Wednesday before?
It's the Tuesday before.
The Tuesday before.
Yeah,
okay,
the Tuesday before Thanksgiving.
So your Thanksgiving Day will be Thursday, and then Tuesday you can come and have the meal. And I would imagine too, like I said, if you want to volunteer, please reach out.
Yeah, for sure. We need
volunteers of family. Those are always great. We always think of Thanksgiving as a time of giving back and things. And so if you're looking for an opportunity as a family to give back during that time, please reach out to Boys and Girls Club. They'd love to have you do that.
That would be amazing for volunteers.
It's a great way to, I know as some parents, and it's a great idea. I love it, instilling in some of that, giving them, and this is how they kind of use that as the tool for their kids. And Boys and Girls Club would love that help, but also would love to help you mentor your kids, help you help your kids too.
Yes, that's what we're here for.
Yeah.
So we've got space in the program, like I said, for grades 1 through 8.
Okay. Probably just come on by the new facility there or the updated facility.
You can come by and pick up a membership application.
Okay.
We do pick up from various schools around town. That fee for the van is $20.
Okay.
And that's per month.
Okay.
And then we've got a membership fee of $30 per month. So,
and are you guys still doing some of the special stuff on Wednesdays because of early release and things like that? Or
we
is that
pick
kind
up
of
the kids. Yeah, we pick up the kids from school, just normal on Wednesdays.
Gotcha.
Their early release day.
So the program
and then we
just unofficially starts earlier because the kids are there
That's exactly
earlier.
what it is. And we've got every other week we actually have Amy. I think her last name is Steen. Coming in from the ICANN program.
Okay.
And so she comes in and she talks to the kids about like fruits and vegetables and different ways to prepare them.
Okay.
One of our members actually took her paper home 2 weeks ago and prepared a smoothie for her family.
Nice.
And so she was able to process the whole thing out from beginning to end of how to make it. So that was really neat to hear Mom talk about that.
Yeah. Well, and hopefully that lights the fire to like maybe that's their culinary. Now they're gonna who knows? Now they're gonna be like, all right, well, what else can I do with a smoothie?
What can I do with these?
And next
fruits?
thing you know, they're the smoothie king of 2032.
Right. So they've got their own smoothie business or whatever it might be. So and that's just because we brought in this program, the ICANN program, and she talked to them about fruits and vegetables, and they were like, "Oh, I want to go home and make a smoothie."
Yeah, I mean,
so it's cool.
Absolutely. I mean, as parents and adults, think about it. How did you learn or come across the things you're into? You were exposed to it some way, whether it was through an outing with your friends as a kid or something you saw on TV or something you did with your family. That's, well, heck, I'm a radio guy. I grew up loving and listening to radio, and here I am today. But that passion started because I was exposed to something.
Yes.
And I know as parents, you try to want to get your kids act or do things, or let's face it, life is going 100 miles an hour, especially in the world of COVID, and you get home at the end of the day, and the last thing you want to do is create a program to instill the family and get them going. You're kind of like, I just want to cook dinner and
chill.
turn on the TV and vegetate till bedtime.
Yep.
I get that. But and there's time for that too, and that's not a bad thing either sometimes. But if it's easier to do that every night and then get into a routine,
a habit.
Yeah. So
Habit of it.
I think something like this forces you to break the routine.
Yes, it does.
And make and I'm not saying. And let's face it, this is a program where it exposes the children to new things, and there may be certain things that put them out of that comfort zone a little bit. Not like dangerous or anything like that, but exposing them to things that they don't know how to grasp or handle.
How to process through.
Maybe they get put in a social situation there where they become a leader in some group there. And,
yes.
And if you've never done that before, it's out of your comfort zone. But going through that experience gives you the experience, gives you the confidence. So the next time they run into that situation, they're like, all right, I got a little better handle on this. And then the next time after that, they're a little better. And in essence, that's Boys and Girls Club. It's putting those ancillary life lessons and at the same time giving them opportunities to see and do things that they normally wouldn't get to do in a day. And who knows, find their passion, find their niche in this world, whether, maybe they learned, who knows, maybe the next basketball player comes out of there. Maybe the next kid that invents the latest thing in technology that we don't know we need yet. But they don't know about these things until they live their lives.
Yeah.
And so Boys and Girls Club is a chance to enhance their lives. And that's what it is. So now there's a lot of perks as parents and things like, because now, obviously your lives are crazy and difficult after school and things. I don't care what parents out there, they've always had to negotiate the child care issue, whether they got it handled or not. So that's an ancillary thing. So if you have child care right now and it's just home and things like that, look at Boys and Girls Club as an alternative to say, because you're actually going to save money if you're paying money to take care of your kids or doing something like that.
Yes.
Let's, and depending on circumstances, they can pick them up from schools.
Yep.
I mean, there's a lot of different options there. And so you're filling the need of, well, I need my child occupied after school till they get home from work.
Right.
But rather than they're at home eating whatever snacks out in games or what else is not doing. Now they're going into something that is structured, but not like. And I say structured because structured, but it's not like boot camp. I don't want you to get confused. Like they're not going to come in. It's like, all right, line up straight.
No, that's not how it is.
Structured they've got a curriculum.
Yep.
But it's in an environment that lets them grow, experiment. Be creative. Be them.
Make new friends. And because we've got kids that are friends from different schools. And they wouldn't be able to get that aspect if they just go home.
And especially in the world we live in today, especially, and I be honest, I think this is some of our problems stemming in our world today where, technology is a good thing and we're going to keep moving forward and embracing that. Yes. But I think skills that generations ago we take for granted because you just kind of automatically get them as you go navigate in life. But because technology, some of those experiences are going away.
They are.
And something as simple as having a face-to-face conversation with someone that doesn't involve any kind of technology or phones or speaking to someone in something that's not 110 characters or talking in acronyms and you know what I mean? Just that our social world has gone online. And so we as human beings act differently online socially than we do in face-to-face worlds.
Yes, in person.
And
I can agree with that.
And I'm afraid without programs like Boys and Girls Club where they get day-to-day, group settings, working with people, face, hand, actually together and doing a project that doesn't involve pushing buttons or doing something that's technical.
Right.
That's where you get those skills. And that's where when this kid who's now 10 or 12, who's dealing, when they're 30 and 40, now they're adjusted as adults and they can have a conversation and not be like, well, that's, They actually laugh and just go instead of going LOL. And you're like, you don't even laugh anymore. You just say LOL, and you're like,
what's wrong with you?
And I feel like that's a bit of a drawback from technology.
Yes,
I think.
it is. It is. And they don't, if they're just going home or to the streets or whatever it might be after school, that's all they're getting is their phone or the video games or whatever it might be. That's what it is that they're doing.
Sure.
And come and let them, hang out with us and hang out with the kids. And we've got so many different programs. We have a literacy program that the kids are doing. We've got a community service that we do every week.
Yeah. So they really get a chance to kind of find their place in the world and understand, that they're a cog in the big picture of society. And
yesterday
we all rely on each other to do things.
We do. And that's just the thing is, like, yesterday one of the kids brought in just empty water bottles and stuck them in our recycling bin. And I was like, look at that. He remembered that we've got the recycle bins up front, and he brought water bottles to put in there. And so it was just, I was like, thanks, kiddo.
Sure.
And little things like that they probably wouldn't. I don't know if they recycle at home. I don't know how many people still recycle, but it was neat to watch him put those in the bin.
Well, kids are recorders, they record and emulate the actions of people they look up to. That's human nature.
That's what they do.
And so you're now by defact dropping them off and coming to the thing, they're getting exposed to those kinds of things and understanding it. And the technology world, it's more about me and what's it for me and how am I going to succeed in this world. And I'm not saying that's not important. You want personal growth, personal self-awareness and self-loving,
all the stuff,
good stuff. But it's like anything. There's always too much of a good thing.
There's too much of it. Yes, I can agree.
And I think
screen time needs to be limited.
The real face-to-face, the stuff going on, that's how you fix those obstacles, because you got to be able to have a foot in both worlds and know how to operate in both.
Yes. And I think it teaches the kids a lot of self-control and a lot of, what's the word I'm looking for? They learn how to take care of situations on their own.
Problem-solving skills and things like that. And I'm not trying to just but you look at the world we live in today and the unrest and people's and communication and interaction and all that is very much a part of the problem in all this, I think. And I think things like Boys and Girls Club are the things to combat this for future generations.
Right.
If you don't want to continue to see this kind of thing going spiral even worse, we've got to create the foundation for the generation growing up now, instill in the values, instill in them the balance of being everyone has a voice, even if you don't like that voice, and we all need to find a way to coexist.
Come in and respect.
Exactly.
And that's what we try to instill in them is you don't have to be everybody's friend, but you've got to respect them and their space and who they are.
Absolutely.
It teaches them in the end that they're an individual too, just like me.
Sure. Yeah. So, you're establishing the children's values and things, all the things that when they become adults, hopefully they're using to rely on to navigate and be successful.
Yeah, they need those things.
And parents, it's the hardest job on the planet to do.
Yes.
Allow help.
Let us help you.
Yeah, allow.
Let us help you.
It's hard to get someone ready for the world if there's just one or two people or three people involved in the raising of them.
It really does take a village. And you don't realize that until you have kids or you need help or whatever it might be. But
I think here's the difference. And I know but I think the difference on that is, as a parent, you can teach and show and explain the right and wrong and everything else, but humans don't absorb things as a whole until they experience it sometimes.
Yes.
And so until they actually get put in a situation where they're dealing with the things you're talking about, like, if you tell someone that has no concept and says, there are bad people in this world, you got to protect yourself from them, but they don't know that, and they're like, what do you mean? And so you can tell them till they're blue in the face, but until they're in the world and they see
in that situation,
something like you're talking about, they don't know how to
they don't see it,
truly experience it or understand what you're telling them.
To go through it.
Yeah, and life is hard. I don't care what anybody says, and you got to prepare for the good and the bad. And because you fill them with the good and the love, you prepare them for the bad.
For the bad.
And hope they are able to navigate and to delineate when it's time to put the heart, when it's time to put the fight up. You know, and that's all we can hope as parents and adults. And, and I think at the end of the day, Boys and Girls Club is a tool to help achieve that.
Yes, it is. It is. That's what we're there for.
It's there for you. The services are free of charge for many of these things here. Obviously, in some of the other programs and things, you know, we can work out those kind of deals. But money's not the hurdle here. Getting your kids involved and exposed to all that the Boys and Girls Club has to offer is the thing. So call. Let's see how we can make that happen today.
I think so.
Again, you can come by the office there.
Yes.
What's the actual address?
201 South Garden.
South Garden.
It's right behind the Farmers Country Market on East 2nd.
Building looks a little different. You haven't been by there recently, but come on by. Check it out. While you're there, say, hey, you
come by
bringing your kid
and
here?
have a tour.
Come see the new layout and the new amenities and everything.
We are there to tour you through the building. Show you what we're doing, the different programs and such.
And then, like I said, if you want to volunteer, if you'd like to be a part, maybe you're an individual that's into a thing.
A different type of skill.
It could be anything. Maybe you love stamp collecting. Maybe you love woodworking. Maybe you love flowers, gardens, clothing, whatever it is. If you are someone who's pretty good at that and love to share that with with the next generation.
Come by and talk with me. We can talk.
Absolutely. And then, of course, also other sources, like you said, if you're a Facebook user, if you type Roswell Boys and Girls Club, it will pop up, but it's under
it's different.
It's under Lincoln
Boys and Girls Club of Chaves and Lincoln Counties.
Chaves and Lincoln Counties. That's where that's the official title. You can like and follow that. Also, check out the website. Again, you can do a search. It's actually the initials. It's like BGCCL.org or something.
CLC.org.
Something like that.
Yeah.
But just Google Boys and Girls Club,
and it'll pop
Chaves
up,
County, Lincoln. It'll pop right up.
Yeah, it'll pop up our Ruidoso site. Which is we're the same.
Yeah, Ruidoso, Chaves, Lincoln County, we're all the same entity of people, just spread out a little bit.
Just spread out through the two counties. It's great. I love having the diversity of us both because we are able to bounce ideas off of each other and do different stuff. It's a completely different culture up there.
Well, it's a different world.
So it is,
and you can interact in a different. And it almost like I think you can almost. It's like, hey. The kids down here in Roswell, we could, maybe it's a weekend thing. Let's go to the mountains and do Boys and Girls stuff up there one day, and vice versa. It's like, hey, we could do a field trip. The kids up the mountains. Let's come down and do alien stuff in Roswell or whatever.
It's cool stuff,
and it's a different world. It's like you took a field trip to a different place, and it's an hour away.
And it's just up the road. So it is. It's pretty cool to have our sister club with us.
One of our many benefits of living in New Mexico.
Yep.
So absolutely. What's the phone number at the office if people like to call and have questions?
575-550-5001.
Very good. Is there anything we missed? Anything we wanted to share?
I don't think so. I think we got everything.
And again, if people want to participate, the Thanksgiving, they're going to be doing a to-go pickup Thanksgiving event the Tuesday, the 23rd, I believe. It's the Tuesday before Thanksgiving. If you'd like to volunteer to help or donate. Money always helps because that'll buy whatever's missing.
We need stuff
turkeys,
like to-go plates, turkeys, silverware, stuff like that.
Yeah, things like that. So if you like to donate or or get involved,
volunteer time.
Reach out.
Let me know.
And if you want to do it as a family, whatever, awesome. Come on down.
Yes.
Well, Natasha,
good deal.
Thanks for coming by. Good to see you again.
Yes, it was good to come.
Now that you guys are kind of full back into things here, maybe we can see more often now.
Yes, that would be awesome.
Awesome. Well, thank you, ma'am. Have a wonderful day and weekend.
Yes, you too.
That's what I was like. Is it week close to weekend?
It's weekend, We've only got 2 days.
I'm not hopeful or
sleeps.
nothing. I'm like, is it tomorrow weekend? No, I got another day. But
2 more sleeps and it's Saturday.
There it is. So we'll get there. We'll make it.
Yep.
Thanks, Natasha.
Awesome. Yes.
Closed Military Heights Elementary School in order to help slow the spread of COVID-19. An official quarantine involves only 2 classrooms, however. On social media, the RISD said 2nd and 5th graders would be out of classes until October 5th. The entire school is closed to in-person learning today, but is scheduled to reopen Monday. After a 14-month hiatus, work has resumed at the Carlsbad Brinewell site. New Mexico Energy, Minerals, and Natural Resources said during a recent video conference that preparation on the site began in late August after the state, Eddy County, and the city of Carlsbad received $18 million in new funding. Work was halted at the site last year when the money ran out. Also, concerns were brought forward. A series of earthquakes in West Texas in July of last year might be causing new problems. You're up to date. I'm Jared Cirillo.
Your morning espresso starts right here. It's the Sean Hannity Morning Minute.
There is a significant majority of registered Democratic voters. They now prefer socialism to capitalism. Fox News poll, socialism 59% favorable, capitalism 49%. I've said it before, I'll say it again. Any name, any form, any manifestation of socialism, redistributionism, it all ends the same way. Broken promises, unfulfilled promises. It ends with more poverty, not less, and giving up how much freedom you calculate at the end of the mess you created. If you think it's going to work and it appeals to you, tell me what part of government is so effective now beyond the military.
The Sean Hannity Show from coast to coast later today.
All right, the school year is getting started for millions across the nation. Chances are your child's learning environment is not going to be a perfect one. Now, Acellus Power Homeschool, they have become the answer for both schools and for parents that have decided to bring their child's classroom either partially home or for full-time homeschooling. Now, parents worry that their kids are getting behind in math because schools had to close last year, and other parents worry if their kids are on track to read at their grade level. And now we're worried again that our kids might face disruptions this school year. Now, at powerhomeschool.org, it's one word, you're going to see how parents can control their children's education by offering online courses at home taught by some of America's greatest teachers. Now, it's especially effective if your student is struggling or students with learning disabilities. If you are considering homeschooling or looking to fill any gaps at home, please visit powerhomeschool.org. That's powerhomeschool.org today.
With the SRN News Business Brief, I'm Rich Thomason. After opening modestly lower this morning, Wall Street's key averages turned mixed at mid-morning. A major American port was recently the target of a cyber attack, apparently backed by a foreign government.
The Port of Houston, a critical piece of infrastructure along the Gulf Coast, issued a statement saying it had successfully defended against an attempted hack in August, and no operational data or systems were impacted. Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency Director Jen Easterly initially disclosed that the port was the target of an attack at a Senate committee hearing. She said she believed a nation-state actor was behind the hack, but did not say which one.
Correspondent Jeremy House. China's central bank is coming down hard on virtual currencies, declaring all transactions involving such currencies illegal. With business, I'm Rich Thomason.
Because Charlie Libben made such good cheesecakes, he decided to open up a cheesecake store in Chicago. After much success, Charlie opened up a second store in Chicago. That store didn't do so well, and shortly after, he lost both stores. As Charlie sat down in his home one night, eating cheesecake, he thought, "This is good cheesecake." So he opened up another store. After success, he again opened up a second store. Unfortunately, both stores failed miserably. Charlie Lubin did this 2 more times, failing yet again both times. However, that did not stop him. He opened up a bakery the 5th time. This time he named the cheesecakes after his daughter, Sarah Lee, and thus began his journey to owning the largest bakery in the world. Charlie's persistence paid off. You may have failed in life a time or two. Remember, as you sit back with a Sarah Lee dessert, not to give up. Keep persevering. God has great things in store for you.
Join us at the Country Club Road Church of Christ for worship at 10 a.m. on Sunday, located on the corner of Country Club and Washington in Roswell.
There's nothing like a good night's sleep. But if your old, worn-out mattress is keeping you up at night, then hurry to Glenn's Furniture and change your life. Glenn's carries Serta, the finest mattress in the world. Whether you prefer a traditional inner spring, a modern memory foam, or a hybrid that combines the best of both, Glenn's has the right size and right firmness in stock, specially priced and ready for free delivery. So don't lay awake another night. Head for Glenn's Furniture at the corner of Union and Alameda, making sweet dreams since 1953.
As the school year comes to an end and COVID restrictions start to ease, don't lose sight of the lessons learned. Cover your cough, positive personal hygiene, respect one another, show and tell others you love them. Fiscal and social responsibility are great ways to show your love. This is Damon Graham, your local New York Life agent. I can help you show your love to others. Call me at 575-623-0803 so we can determine how you best can show your love. Expect to be blessed.
This is John.
Hey, my name is John Jackson.
He's not some actor. He's a steward of the land with a John Deere 3 Series tractor and a PTO Quick Connect that hooks up rear implements with a single click. John runs with us because to him, there's nothing more important than connecting with the land. Nothing runs like a Deere. Hear John's story at Deere.com.
Stop by Pecos Valley Equipment in Artesia and Roswell or visit us online at pecosvalleyequipment.com.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. The first toilet being flushed in a motion picture was in the movie Psycho. Mike thought it was Gone with the Wind. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is closing in on 9:58. If you missed any part of our show, I invite you to check it out at your leisure. We shot the breeze in the 7 o'clock hour. In the 8 o'clock hour, we had Chaves County Sheriff Mike Harrington join us. Had a great conversation with him. And then, of course, this hour, we replayed our interview with Natasha Welt from Roswell Boys and Girls Club. If you missed any of those interviews, you can check them out anytime. KSVPTV.com. in the Mornings with Mike Winters channel there, or on our 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM Facebook wall, and our YouTube channel, too, as long as they don't ban us like they did on the one interview. But it's there for you to check out whenever you can. And don't forget, we got high school football tonight. Got It Rockets, radio only on 106.1 FM Fierro as they take on Los Lunas. Roswell Coyotes are here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM and live streaming video of that game, ksvptv.com. And, of course, Artesia Bulldogs, 990 AM, 93.7 FM in Artesia, or on our ksvptv.com and Facebook channels as well there. Unfortunately, we've got video and radio of just the Artesia and Roswell games tonight. Goddard, we do not have permission to video there in Los Lunas or space, from what I understand. We luckily got in the booth. That's I don't think they have a lot of room up in the Los Lunas press box, so we've been up there a time or two. We're 12, and they've been out on the track or at various other places doing it. So there's not a lot of room for barely our radio, let alone video stuff. So it'll just be a radio only broadcast. Scott Galletti's going to be calling the game tonight. He's amazing. You'll love it. You'll enjoy it. He's really good at keeping you. Painting a visual picture of what you're seeing there. So that's going to be tonight on 106.1 FM Fierro. Coyotes right here on 106.5, and then Bulldogs, 990 AM, 93.7 FM in Artesia. All right, that's going to do it for us. Thanks for allowing us to be a part of your day. Have a great weekend. You're listening to 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM, KEND, Roswell, New Mexico.